What's up, Grow Fam? It's Wednesday.
Hey,
Once again, it's Wednesday, the middle of the week. We all need that little something to get us through the rest of the week, right? I don't know, but today's Wednesday. It's another Whalen Wednesday on Grow Fam. What's up, Grow Fam? How's it going, everybody? It's Wednesday once again. Switching audio tonight. Yeah, so tonight, okay, we're good to go. Grow Fam Wednesday, Whalen Wednesday. What's up, Grow Fam? Getting that middle of the week going on right now. We're going to have a little sesh. We're going to hang out. We're going to have some fun. We're going to give away Grow Fam box tonight. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Whalen Wednesday, powered by Grow Fam. All right, everybody, what's up? Welcome to Wednesday, everybody. Whalen Wednesday on Grow Fam. We are on the Indoor Farmer Rumble channel as well. If you guys are interested in Rumble, ask me about that. But yeah, happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy midweek sesh. It's time to maybe, we'll have some fun and maybe find some information out at the same time.
Your vegetables!
One last chicken, I'll be gone. Make it count with the flash on. Never really felt like I belong, so I'll be on my way and I won't be long. I'll be dead by dawn. 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 Scrolling through my texts, sharing left and right.
All right, everybody. Hello, and welcome, my Grow Fam friends, to Wednesday. We Grow Wednesday. It's always an awesome time, but tonight is going to be even awesomer. It's going to be awesome, guys. If you didn't see that cover photo, it's insane, and I was there. I'm going to be showing you guys a bunch of awesome footage, but tonight we have our friend with us. I will introduce him. Give me 1 second. We got a couple of housekeeping things. It's June 26, 2024, 8 o'clock Central Time, guys. We Grow Wednesday on Grow Fam, so check it out. But tonight I have my friend Luke with me. He's right there. Yeah, that's
What's up, guys?
So let us know how the audio is. Again, we always I keep asking. Last night I had an insane show. Here I'll go to both of us for a minute here.
Sure.
That's not both of us. This is both of us. This is both of us. Yeah. So I had a pretty insane show last night. Some of you guys saw that. I had some friends over there, over in the studio from the late night tip tour, and it was a rowdy bunch. So tonight, we're going to be getting back into what I really enjoy, and that's like we're going to be learning something, and we're going to go and show you guys some things that I found. It's basically like a review episode, except specifically for the apiary. We actually have a little treat though, some pictures of a blacksmithing setup too. I threw in there, so we'll show that off too.
Yeah.
So
my father's a blacksmith in that area, so like
Yes.
he's got the shop at the same spot as the apiary, so it's kind of cool. Yeah,
there's history there. There's going to be
Yeah.
some information there. I'm sure. I can't wait to pick your brain about it because it's kind of like what I saw at the end, at the tail end, you know.
Yeah.
So guys, we are going to do the giveaway. We're going to have the Terp certified Terp stick giveaway tonight, of course. But we also have Luke has been nice enough to offer up a pound of honey, and I think that was what you said. You ship it, right?
Yeah, and I'll ship it.
Yeah,
I'll cover
okay.
shipping and the honey.
That's awesome, guys. A pound of local Illinois honey. Obviously, it's not local if you win it from far away, but it's local to me. So, but we are going to do that, and we are going to have, like I said, the Grow Fam giveaway, and I probably will try to get a wheel for my locals members. So I'm going to change this real quick. There we go. I need a little more of my face in the picture. Anyway, it's going to be fun. I don't know how much of the comments I'm gonna catch, so I do appreciate you guys. I see you all lighting up a storm. I got Ash in the house, got Kim, Axel in the house, got the whole Grow Fam in the house. I got Creative Collectibles in the house. I met her over the weekend. It was amazing. Thank you for the gift. She gave me these two. I don't know if you've had Crocs. Have you? I don't wear Crocs. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I just have never worn them. But my son has Crocs, and she had these really cute. My son's really into Winnie the Pooh, so she gave me a Tigger and a Winnie the Pooh for his little Crocs. So he was super happy about that. He's actually let me tell you what, Creative. He's actually carrying them around as toys. It took me a while to get him to put them onto his shoes. He does that already with other ones on his shoes. So anyway, he's up to speed on it now. But all right. Let me do a quick peruse. We got people coming in on X. I see you, Jess. We got people on the Rumble, on Facebook, on Kick, and on YouTube. Cheers, everybody. So yeah, we're gonna get into a conversation and pull up a bunch of awesome pictures and some video. We did a little basically an interview there at the shop, so we'll play that video for you guys too here shortly. I like this Waylando. No one's ever called me that. So out of all the nicknames and sort of twists of my name, Whale. I've been called Whale. Waylong. I like Waylong.
Waylong's pretty good.
It took me 30 years to realize all I have to do is put a G on the end of my name.
Very Asian, right?
It does, yeah. It does feel, yeah. We got Bean in the house. Bean Dongo. Facial hair is looking nice and clean. Well, thanks, Ash. I did. I got it trimmed. I actually have my barber. Well, she's not a barber. My hairstylist, my hair cutter. I have her trim it up a little bit. Not trim it shorter, but shape it. We shape it. See, let me get it straight on. See that sort of V shape? That's not natural. Naturally, it would just go.
Yeah.
Have you ever grown a beard?
No, I used to have a goatee years ago.
Okay. Could be pretty heavy.
Yeah, when I was like 18 and 19, so that you could get into bars without being carded.
Yes. So, yeah, right. That was the reason, right? I like Waylando. Yeah. So the way that you guys might be asking, how do we get in? Yes. So I see Canagram right here, shared and liked. Make sure you like the video. If I am not, I keep forgetting this. So Ash, if you would like to share me into the Grow Fam TV, I appreciate that. I think we still have some time, or should I be live on the Grow Fam TV? I don't know. I might be wrong. We opened a new page,
sure.
And Facebook has now created all these loopholes to where you have to wait 60 days until that page can go live, and so we created a shared Grow Fam TV. It's sort of the next iteration, but we can't go there yet. I guess we're working on it.
That's right.
Nice shape. Thanks, Creative. Yeah. All right, so let me find these pictures here. But so I guess how are you, man? How are you? It's been a few days since I saw you.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I just actually I don't know if we have any pictures of the queens, but the queens we
I think
saw
so.
those actually just hatched yesterday.
Ooh.
So that's pretty cool. They're all ready to be put in new homes. So but the weather's been, it was rainy today. That's okay. We get some rain for the flowers and stuff.
Did you get torrential rain down there since you're right by the river?
We got quite a bit of rain. And then like last night it was a big storm, went through, knocked down a couple trees, sort of stuff. But it wasn't too bad. But it's been hot. It's still been really hot. I mean, you wore that suit. You know how hot, like you throw that suit on, and then even if it's just like if it's 90 degrees, you're still sweating.
Some of you guys saw the picture that I posted of me in the suit. I'm like, I look pretty cool in it, but wasn't cool. But what was cool though is that you let me borrow some socks and boots. I didn't bring. I wore flip flops to an apiary. Probably not the typical shoe wear that.
No, they especially since you walk through clover to get there, and they're all through the clover. Wait, you didn't get stung? No stings, right?
No stings. So, I was surprised. I thought I'll probably maybe one might get a sting or two.
Nah, take care of you.
All right, so let's pull up the pictures. Check this out while we talk. This is his view, guys. The view of where he lives, where his parents live down here on the Illinois River.
Yep.
And I mean, he's probably not taking a dip in that river, but it's a pretty sight. But to be fair, if I live next to the ocean, I don't like ocean water. I wouldn't
really?
Go. Like I might get in it waist deep, but it's not a swimming.
I don't know if I'd swim out there.
Yeah, it's not a so. It's a beautiful thing, but it's not something that I would, be worried about getting into, right?
People are asking what an apiary is. So apiary is a bee farm.
Bee farm.
There you go.
We don't need my audio. But yeah, it's a bee farm, guys. Apiary, not to be confused with a bird sanctuary. What's that called? It's something.
Aviary.
Yes, aviary. Very close. Hottest day of the year so far was today, Nancy. Ooh. Yeah, we definitely had a hot day, but it wasn't bad because we had a lot of rain. So what we're looking at I'm just taking you guys through the order that I took pictures and video, and I will just kind of explain it as we go. This was the first thing I saw, and there were bees all over it. And I'm just like, this is exciting. What's happening here? And what is it? It's just a dump.
It's a dump. So as you get to honey, right? To extract honey, you cut the comb tops off. When you cut those comb tops off, that's like the leftover wax from that. So instead of tossing it or doing something else with it, you go through and I put it out there, and the bees go and harvest the rest of the honey off of there.
I gotta show you guys something here. I just took my first sip of this. Luke brought me in some honey lemonade or lemon honey,
honey lemonade.
Honey lemonade, yes. And I just took my first sip, guys. This is amazing. I thought it was gonna be like thickened honey, but it's super good. Tastes just like lemonade, and it has a honey tang
floral taste to it.
Yeah.
Yep. I really like it. It's one of the things you can do with honey. People are like, oh, I buy honey, I don't know what to do with it. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with it.
It almost tastes like mandarin oranges or something.
Yeah. The honey takes the top off the lemon real nice.
It really does. It keeps a little bit of the bite.
Yep.
Of the lemon, but not too much. Marina, yes. Riverview Road Apiaries.com, apiary.com.
Yep.
No S. Riverview Road Apiary.com, guys.
Apiaries, APIARY.
APIARY. I'll repeat it. Yes, we're gonna check that out. I'll make sure to remind everybody where to go find him. But guys, remember this, and just to plug myself for a second. Luke is one of my awesome sponsors on game night.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Riverview Road Apiary. Thank you, my man.
Yeah.
I hope it's been interesting to say the least, because not to get on a diatribe about game night, but it reminds me of all the game shows I grew up as a kid. I'm trying. That's where I'm going for. But he is a sponsor for game night, so you can actually win a gift code to his website by getting in on game night, just by being one of my subscribers, or you can just be there and watch and get in on the wheel I give out to the viewers. I give one of my prizes away on a wheel to just people that are there hitting the like button and comments. And so you don't have to be a subscriber, but the other 15 go to all the people that have paid to be there. So definitely worth it. And let me know in the comments if you've won the prize. I think there's definitely been a few, so we'll see if anyone pops up. I didn't get a number from you this week. Yes, guys, I haven't given out the numbers yet for locals. I've had a very busy week. I don't know. Well, neither here nor there. But a very busy week, and so I will soon before I do the spin, I will give you a number. So obviously, last night I couldn't do it with a lot of people in here, but I will make sure to do it before we spin, like I usually do. I check the locals post. So yeah, this is the leftovers. It's crazy how they pick through it, and they get whatever's left. Like they're super efficient.
Yeah, and they grab some of the wax too, not very much. And then on the left, there's the white box. So that's a lid. That little lid there is what's left over. So like I had a hive that they had extra space, so they'll fill all kinds of extra space up, and they filled that up with honeycomb. So I put that
okay.
Yeah, and they cleaned all of that out in about half a day.
Margaret says she won the first bottle. It was delicious. It's delicious.
Great,
yes,
thanks.
Awesome. That's okay, Nancy. I hope it goes well. Nancy's moving on up, getting that house. Hell yeah, Nancy. Appreciate it. Appreciate your journey, and hopefully it's smooth because moving sucks.
Moving is miserable.
Honey's so good for you. Yes, it is, Rose. That's why that's one reason we're pushing this. And actually, I hope we get into. Well, I think I asked you about it during our interview, so we'll get to that.
Okay.
And actually, I shared this in wrong, so you guys won't have the audio. Let me get us the audio. Entire screen audio is the only way to do it. So again, let me know if there's an echo out there, guys, but there should not be. Let's go here. Boom. All right, so when we get to video, you should be able to hear it. Timothy with the skeleton dancer over on the Rumble. Get it, Timothy. Looks awesome, Ash says. Do you sell the comb?
I do sell comb. It's called cut comb. I have a limited amount because of the amount of honey it takes to make that comb. It takes like 8 pounds of honey to make 1 pound of wax. So when I sell it, I have a limited amount available.
All I wanted to do was this, and it just shut me down by hitting the escape button one time. So this is what it looks like. One section. What do you call this section?
It's called a super. A honey super.
Okay.
So like there's the bottom boxes there. There's 2 boxes underneath there, and that's like the hive body. And then the box above there is the honey super. And that's what you're looking at right there, is a honey super.
Interesting.
And those are 10 frames, I think. 9 frames.
So there's a whole like design of the beehive where like different sections for different things. And a lot of us normies, we look at the whole thing as like just like it's full of honey, like the whole, but so you guys are going to see tonight how there's an intricacy to the way that it's all works together, and how these different, what do you call the slats? What do you call these?
Frames.
Okay.
Yep.
So here's before he takes it to the bees outside to let them finish it off. So he's actually letting it drain off slowly as much as you can get without needing the bees, and it's being filtered, or I guess
it's a wax filter and debris.
Ashley Huffman says she's been wanting bees for a couple of years now.
Nice. You should get them.
Well, I was just going to say, Luke helps people, although she's a little bit farther away. Maybe you know somebody who knows somebody, but maybe there's some people in your areas out there, guys, like Luke, who will help you not only rescue bees if you find bees, but also help you start your own hive and help you maintain it if you're, in their
Yeah.
local enough area.
Yeah, so I actually manage bees for people that don't want to actually don't have the time, right? They just want bees in their area, and so I manage it for them. They get the honey, and they pay me for my time, and works that way. They own the bees and the hives.
So Chaz wants to know if you've ever been stung, and Creative wants to know if you do tours.
I do tours of my farm every Saturday, from 1 to 2. All the tours are on Eventbrite currently because I can't get them posted anywhere else. So
Eventbrite.
Yeah,
not heard of this one.
Yeah, Eventbrite. They do just like usually environmentally based events too. So Eventbrite's where it is. And then do I ever get stung? I get stung all the time. I was stung yesterday. I get stung about if I'm not being careful, if I'm in a hurry, right? Because everyone gets in a hurry. I'll get stung probably 6 or 7 times a week. And yeah, I don't
6 or 7 times a week.
Yeah.
Everyone out there is probably their skin is curling.
No,
their skin is curling.
It doesn't affect me anymore. It still hurts, right? It feels like being pricked with a needle.
Oh,
but that's about it.
You've gotten the pain down to a science. I see it.
Yes.
Can you smoke weed around it?
You can. Yeah. I use a smoker for the bees. I don't use weed in my smoker. I use just pine shavings in there. But yeah, that's how you actually can calm the bees down when you're getting in the hive. Go through and you smoke them. They relax. They're not in your face as much. But we didn't have to use it when we were out there. I didn't use a smoker. They weren't mad. They get fussy like we do, right? They get in bad moods. They're in a bad mood. You smoke them, get them to calm down.
Do you think they would calm down differently if you blew cannabis smoke into them?
I don't think so. They don't have a receptor.
Like okay,
they don't have. They do have
a cannabis receptor.
Yeah, they don't have a yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how we can do anything with this because we have cannabinoid receptors in our body.
Yep. I'm allergic.
Shane's allergic. Yeah.
So Shane, you're about 1% of the world's population. People say they're allergic all the time. I get that all the time. Oh my gosh, I'm super allergic. I got stung and my hand swelled up, and that's actually pretty normal. That's a normal reaction. So, your hand will swell up. It'll itch for about 3 days and it'll go away. But if you have to actually take an EpiPen, you are legitimately allergic.
Wow.
And you can get allergy shots just like a dog or anything else, like a pet.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, what's a treatment or something?
Yeah, my wife's allergic, so
snap.
so
you bring them home in your pocket sometimes.
Yeah,
oh man!
So she gets shots every month, and so
is she doing the ones where they're eventually going to be a permanent fix?
Yeah, they'll eventually be a permanent fix.
I keep thinking about doing that because I'm allergic to dogs and I have a dog.
Yeah,
like
it takes about a year, I would guess.
They told me 5 years.
Oh, okay. Maybe. It depends on the allergen.
Could be, yeah. Casey says honeybee stings are therapeutic.
They are. They're really good for arthritis.
Flowers, yeah.
They're also good. They also use them to treat MS. So to lessen the symptoms of MS.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to an event for a charitable event for MS this weekend.
Yeah. So
kayaking. But
you should ask around about it. That's they harvest it off of little kind of electric plates, so the bees get mad at the plates and they sting the plates, and then they scrape the venom off and filter it and and purify it.
Do the bees still die?
Nope,
because
doesn't hurt
their
the bees
stinger
at all.
doesn't get taken off.
Right.
Oh wow.
Right.
So Dreadful says she needs more flowers, but well, you're gonna get more flowers, but just as a side note, I know Dreadful knows this, but I'm finding out, and I know a lot of you know this, it might be obvious to most of you, but almost everything makes flowers.
Oh yeah.
almost
everything.
Growing plant.
Yeah.
I don't know of any that doesn't.
There's so if you'll see them in office spaces and stuff, they have a heart-shaped leaf. I don't know what they're called. They're green and white leaves. So the more sunlight they have, they become white. That used to flower, and they don't flower anymore. People have kept them for so long, and they grow so well off of cuttings that doesn't work anymore. They don't flower, but most things flower. Maples are the first thing to flower in the Midwest coming out of spring.
Will they forget what they're doing?
No, they're driven. They're super and they have jobs.
Chaz has had cannabis infused honey. Isn't that mostly just CBD, or is that? Oh, no, actually, no. You could take the finished honey and then infuse it. I wasn't
Yeah.
thinking.
But you could also do the CBD if you extract the CBD, and you could technically add it, right? It still should work.
I think that the difference is, though, that people think there's this whole. We talked about it last time about this whole process of making bees pollinate with cannabis, but it's not exactly the.
Yeah, the pollen off of cannabis actually isn't very nutritionally fulfilling for honeybees, and they actually they will go and prefer plants that try to find that. I mean, we don't have palmetto trees here.
Palmetto honey.
Yeah.
Is that so? That's from a certain
That's
tree.
going to be like from Florida, further south. We don't have any palmettos up here that I'm aware of. But yeah, plantains. Yep,
plantain.
Plantains they grow everywhere out here. They're really good for taking care of not just bee stings, but mosquitoes bites and stuff too. Takes that itch away.
Interesting.
Yeah.
See, Ashley Huffman here. She's got a group, guys. Go check it out. Smashley's Garden. She she blows my mind with knowing all the what to do with herbs and what to do with like medicinals and things. I'm just learning how to keep it from dying first, and then I'll figure out, well, what do I do now? I just harvested Monday with Sir Stevo. Shouts out to Sir Stevo on our show Monday. I harvested like 8 containers of sweet pea microgreens, which were not micro anymore. They were like this tall.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I cut them into smaller bits and harvested them, and I'm just gonna see how long they last. And like I'm still in the experimental stage. I don't like she's so far along on what to do next with things. Not in your pocket. Yeah, that's what I said. He might be bringing one home in the pocket.
Oh no, in my pockets.
I might be way back
in my pants, down my shirt. I've brought them home most everywhere. In the car, there's actually one in the car right now. When I was driving here, I realized it was driving along in the car with me.
That my broccoli I planted because I planted it too early.
Your broccoli will still flower.
I've never seen broccoli flower.
That's the florets that you're eating, right? Is the flowers.
Oh, I never think about that.
Yeah,
because like flowering can be just the fruit that it makes.
Yeah, the flowering is, but like asparagus, right? People don't think about asparagus flowering, but asparagus gets real tall and it flowers. It's actually the bees will fight over it. They really like it for some reason.
So Ash says that cannabis can be a food source for bees. Yeah, it's just they have to be kind of forced to do it.
They kind of have to be forced.
Yeah,
they have to be forced onto it. There is a person, I thought they're in Oregon, I'm not sure, but they are trying to grow cannabis with the honeybees. And basically the interview with them said, yeah, I'm having a real hard time getting them to go to the flowers and things. There's some things that like you have to feed the bees for. So like we're in near Morton, which is the pumpkin capital of the world.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Right. So they bring in bees for those as well. And you actually have to feed the bees when you put your bees onto pumpkins for pollination, because it doesn't produce nectar. It produces lots of pollen, but not nectar. So different things produce different stuff.
I really liked how, and I think I shows it here soon. The pollen, you got a chunk of pollen I tasted.
Guys. Oh yeah. How did you like that? How did you like the pollen from?
You
can be honest.
I did not enjoy it, but I just kind of let it slowly dissolve and like I just swallowed it little bits at a time. I could have just swallowed it, but I just thought, I wanted to kind of really taste it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I think it tastes like
sounds weird, guys,
chalky flowers. It's like chalky concentrated flour is really what, like, and not like flour like white flour, but like flowers.
Orange blossom honey has a slight orange taste. Yeah, so that's what we're going to get into as well, which we didn't get into the first time you were on, is how honey, there's so many different flavors of honey, which is it seems like a weird statement, but it isn't. Oh, thanks, Perry. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, guys, make sure you hit that like button, and we will get you in on a giveaway. We've got 76 people in the house. Nice. That I have to do math all the time trying to figure it out, but until that's what multi-platform streaming gets you. So I need to, let's see, we're gonna make sure we have both giveaways marked. We're gonna get to some video here soon, and then we actually go out to the bees, and you're gonna see some of that too. Well, let's go back. We didn't really talk about this.
Yeah.
This is really a cool chart because the bees have three life cycle or three.
Yeah, well, so they're an insect, so they go to egg, larva, and pupa, and then they hatch. So the egg looks like a little piece of salt. You saw those out there, right? That's it's like a size of a grain of salt.
Yeah, like it's a little.
And then it'll hatch, and then they kind of make a little larva, little C's, and then those little C's, at that point, they can still become a queen if the hive decided they wanted to become a queen, and if not, they can continue on growing. The males are unfertilized, right, and the females are fertilized. So the males are haploid, females are diploid, and then they grow in that little cell, and eventually they'll cap it, and then that's when they pupate into a bee. There's actually a really cool National Geographic video out there too that shows like all of that process.
Oh.
So on
I wonder
YouTube,
how they do it.
they cut the end of the guy, so it has to be very temperature controlled and humidity controlled, and they cut the end of the caps off and then like videotaped into him, and you can see him like grow.
Which side, like
those
here?
cappings, yeah.
Oh wow!
So you can see them grow. It's really cool.
That's interesting. So I actually really liked how you were explaining how, and I think I want to get to some of the video because we might talk about it.
Sure.
The difference in the jobs.
Oh yeah,
is really fun. I think I talked about it. Look at this. You got some Journal Star footage here.
Yeah, that was my first Journal Star. That was the first time I was in the Journal Star. They came out and interviewed. I'm on the news every once in a while. They actually ran a rerun of me in the news, which is kind of strange.
Wow.
But like, because the stuff I said wasn't true for this year, but that's okay. At least I get to talk about bees. I'm glad like that you're all here. Talk about bees.
It's been a buzz topic, if I may. It has been though, for real. Like it's kind of been fashionable. Have you ever ran into people that tried to do beekeeping and then was like, oh, this is not for me?
Oh yeah, most beekeepers stop after about 2 years. I would say 90% of beekeepers quit in 2 years. Wow. So like it's a lot of work. I mean, first of all, it's hot, and you're messing with venomous insects, right? So you get stung. Every beekeeper gets stung, and that's uncomfortable, and it's hard to keep the bees alive, right? We put so many pesticides and herbicides and fungicides out there, right? And the bees bring it back to the hive, and it's really hard to keep them going.
Yeah, they don't have a filter system to.
They do have a liver. It's their fat body.
I mean, like to decide not to bring this back or that back.
Actually, they really like nicotine, right? So one of the pesticides we put out there is called a neonicotinoid, which is a nicotine, right? So and they actually put it on the seed, and so it grows into the plant. So the whole idea is that you put it on the seed, it grows into the plant, it goes through the leaves, it goes into the flower, it goes into the pollen, actually goes into the fruit, which we eat.
Right.
And we don't eat enough of it. We're large enough, right? That we don't eat enough of it.
At
Least to say, right?
Over a short period of time. Over a long period of time, we're not sure.
It has been banned in Europe, right? It's totally banned in Europe. The French actually, so because it had such an impact on the bees over there, the French beekeepers over there set their hives on fire and threw them over the fence at Parliament. So it's been banned over there.
Wow.
Yeah, the French are pretty awesome when they do stuff like that.
They're good at rioting.
But yeah, so they have all these. We have all these stressors. We have like a lack of weeds in our yard, basically, right? Mm-hmm. Clover and stuff.
Right.
We talked about it last time, right? But clover used to be standard in your yard mix for grass seed until like 1950s, and then they found that they wanted broadleaf killer, and broadleaf killer kills clover, right? And so then advertising changed.
So they just changed what was fashionable.
We changed what was fashionable, yeah. And actually, for those that know, right, clover it has a whole bunch of benefits. It cleans up the ground. It also is a nitrogen fixer, so it makes nitrogen available for other plants around it. So it's really good for your soil. So
I think cannabis actually adds nitrogen back to the soil.
it might be. I don't know. I haven't done a lot of research on that. But yeah, so clover in your yard, super good to have. And if you can just like put a small bit of your yard and make it like a flower garden, it makes a huge difference. So
that makes sense because we just sort of buy a mix or buy like, oh well, where I just need grass. Where's grass?
Yeah.
Some people have that crabgrass.
Yeah.
That's like it just pulls right out. Like
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
just because it looks so
it
perfect
does. So
looking.
crabgrass doesn't do much. I don't much care for crabgrass, but like grass itself is just kind of a desert. There's nothing there. It doesn't make anything. So
There's the bad stuff in the soil. Okay.
yeah,
That's cool. So you can use cannabis for soil remediation.
yeah. So
Um,
clover does too. Same thing. Concentrates the heavy metals out of soil.
So let's see, what was this?
It's the honey. So that's when we got into the different tastes of different honeys, right? Somebody already mentioned in the chat about the orange blossom honey,
yeah,
right? And we tried lemon, which was from a lemon orchard, and that had like a real lemony, almost a lemonade taste to it. It's really nice. Our local, and then all my honey I separate out in different hives. So like Spring Bay is across the river from where my apiary is for the local people, and Spring Bay's got a real sandy soil. We grow a lot of watermelons there, strawberries, things like that. And then in Chillicothe, which is where the apiary is at, there's a lot of like clay-y soil. And so depending on what the soil is, and depending on what the flowers are in the area, it'll change the flavor of the honey. And then each hive, we talked about, they have personalities. So each hive has different personalities and different preferences. So they have different flavors too. So that's a little live shot of the bees cleaning up. The window's a little dirty from bugs and stuff.
We were not far enough away from the hives that they aren't within their range. But this is like, I don't know, it's what, 100 meters away from their hives.
Yeah, probably.
They just know to come over because the smell, like it's
No,
like, you didn't bring them over here.
They
like,
talk to each other, like
Okay.
So they communicate. They're really good at communication. In fact, they're one of the few animals, and they have a little tiny brain, and they're really good at way better at communication than we actually give them credit for. So they've gone back. Somebody found it. That went back and told another sister of hers, "Hey, there's honey here," and she went back and went and looked at it and said, "Yeah, actually there is." And so they found more. They talked to each other until they had enough in the
it's
hive
fast
to come
enough
over.
that they can all do it.
Yeah,
it's
so they
not
come
like
over
it
and
takes
look at
a
it.
week or whatever.
Right.
Let's see. Okay, we've got this first bit of interview here, so let's see. Let's play it.
All right, so let's talk about the basic honeybees, right? Basics of honeybees. So honeybee is called a superorganism, right? It's make sure you're doing the shot. Okay. So a honeybee is a superorganism, which means like by itself, it doesn't really survive well. But as a whole,
That's not a purse, by the way, guys.
something Canada. Colony is super scientific term for it. So like other superorganisms, like wasps, ants, they have very specific roles within the colony that they have to fulfill in order for the colony to succeed. So the three main roles are the queen, workers, and drones. So the queen has to be born a queen. We'll actually look at some queen cells out there today that I've got looking. So they look like peanuts. So she lives up to like 3 years. And then the workers, this time of year.
There's no audio for the video. No, Canna Queen. Come on now. Come on now. Don't do that to me. No, it's got my gimbal inside there. Why is it doing that to us, though? You guys don't hear it? The audio should be shared
It's just
in.
really low, they said.
It's really low.
And Ash says it's hard to hear me. I'll get closer to the mic.
I know that they're talking about this video.
Oh.
we thought the audio was all right when we checked it, but remember
Okay.
we were worried about the audio.
That's all right. We can talk through it.
See what we're talking about. Let me see if I can fix it by doing this.
For about 30 days, they work themselves up, and then there's that picture over there actually has all of the different tasks that they change to. Can you guys hear it now? Each of the picture of it.
Yeah.
So as the days go on, their job roles change. So like they start by like you have a kid, right? They start by cleaning their rooms. So the young ones clean their rooms and clean the hive. When they get older, they take care of the siblings, and then they get older and they usually are like an undertaker or a guard or something else in the hive. And they get older and they eventually leave the hive. So all of the bees you see out here flying around and gathering stuff, those are the old female bees, because only the females work. The guys don't do any work. Like the drones are the guys. Their job is to fly around and find. They don't even fight. They can't sting. They find queens in the air. They're virgin queens and mate with their queen. That's it. That's their whole job. Once they mate, they explode and die.
Interesting. I think we talked about the exploding queen thing.
So if you didn't hear what I'm going to have to give a little bit of a play-by-play just in case. Sorry about the volume. But he's talking about how the mates, the men, the male bees explode after mating.
Yeah, they die. Their whole purpose in life is to find a virgin queen in the air, mate with her, and then die.
Now, is there ever a chance that they would mate with any female, or is it just they would only?
So the queen is much bigger and in a different shape and everything. So it's only a female queen, and actually they usually won't mate with queens from their own hive. They usually go in like a mile radius to go look for other hives to mate with those queens.
Yeah, you gotta avoid the deliverance.
Yeah,
style.
they actually have 15 different sex alleles compared to our like 2.
I paused it, Casey. Sorry, I just paused it so that I could catch you guys up. He's discussing the
at least they're going out happy
jobs. Yeah,
they definitely go out happy, right? Well, actually, so the other part of it is
fulfilled, I guess.
but for winter, right? If they don't mate and they make it all the way to like winter, the females throw them out of the hive and they die. So they just toss them out and they freeze to death.
They don't even get a doghouse
They
to live
get
in.
nothing to live in.
What?
Yeah, there'll be like 1 or 2 that might make it through winter, but usually no.
Man. Well, all right. So this is another minute long or 2 minutes long. So we'll get through this, and then I think the other there's not much more audio that we need to listen to.
And that still just boggles my mind. Like they don't have any other job. Kind of like the male praying mantis.
Yeah, kind of, right? Except they don't bring food in. They can't care for themselves.
The gimbal just like literally stopped working for a second. It's crazy.
I have no idea why it would do that to us.
Technology, eh? Oh,
So they don't bring food in. They don't care for themselves.
It was still on.
Really just muddled.
Interesting. I moved it more to the center, so
Yeah.
it's really strange.
Anyway, yes, they don't bring food in. They don't do anything. In fact, they don't really have a hive anymore. They have a hive, they'll call it home. If they wander to another one, it's called drifting. The hive will take them in. They don't care. So, except in like September, October. Yeah. So September, October timeframe. Well, because they eat, right? They eat and it's still inside. They eat nectar, honey, which is a carbohydrate.
So you wouldn't want too many males in a hive.
Yeah, if you have like if a hive has too many males, it's usually because the queen's failing. So go back to like biology, right? Drone is haploids, and it's half genetic material in the queen. A diploid means that they have 2. It's a parent, mother and father. So the queen will fertilize an egg that makes a worker. Unfertilized egg makes a drone. So if she makes making too many drones, she's run out of sperm to fertilize. So she has a spermia, which is an organ that she stores sperm in, right? And so that'll keep it good for years. And it goes through. She can fertilize the eggs, choosing just up to 20 that she can choose from, and then fertilizes that egg, and that's the father of the worker bee that's created for the queen.
So it depends on if she's failing, whether she makes more drones.
Yeah, so if she's failing, she runs out of sperm, all of a sudden they're running lots of drones.
Oh, it's not really a choice thing. It's more like there's just not another thing to do. Here it is.
Yeah.
That's what I can do.
Yeah, so yeah, I gotta lay eggs, so I lay eggs, right? And then because the workers, the rest of the hive, right, this goes back to the supporters, and the rest of the hive sees something wrong, they'll kill her, and then they'll replace her with a new one, hopefully.
If they can find one.
No, because it has
Or
to
if
be
they
an egg.
make one.
It has to be an egg that they change it to a queen. So before she
So if it's a female is born without being turned into a queen, she can't be turned into a queen later. That's right. The process of that's right.
yeah, so the bee's life would be totally wrong, right? You can't become a queen, you just are or you're not.
Okay, before we get too much further, let me check this audio.
Sure.
All right. Clearly the audio wasn't great there, but let's see what the next one does.
Oh yeah, this is a
Let me turn
reaction. I don't think that's video though.
no.
Is it?
No, I just before the next video I want to make sure we don't echo here. All right.
There you go. Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, okay. I got to. This is a hot knife. Talk about hot knife. We use this as a hot. This is what I call a hot knife.
Oh okay.
So this
Yep.
tiny hot knife versus the giant cleaver that I'm holding.
Yeah, that's a decapper.
A decapper. So basically, I'm taking off the wax layer that's on the frame.
That's above the honey that kind of holds the honey in, keeps it good.
And then it can be centrifuged off or something.
It does. Yep, exactly. It's a extractor, and it's basically a centrifuge. No, the one I would avoid is like redwood or something like that. Something that's anti-insect.
So I asked him about the type of wood, and he said there's certain woods that are anti-insect.
This is untreated pine.
Chas is putting whale into work, yeah. So there's most wood would be fine, basically, except there's certain woods that are kind of anti-insect.
Yeah, they have anti-insect properties to them. And usually beekeepers go cheap, to be fair, right? There's a lot of hives. I have 70 hives that I'm running right now. So,
Like pine or something.
yeah. Pine. Outside of the hive wood is still untreated pine. I just painted it.
Oh yeah, I forgot you said that.
Exterior latex.
That's right, Can of Queen. I'm poking the caps. Poking cap. I'm busting caps right now.
Called
I'm busting
scratching,
caps. I got
scratching the caps.
scratch. Wicked scratching the caps.
There you go.
Not like scratching. Not like scratching vinyl.
No.
Not the same. Guys, if you haven't yet, hit that like button over on my page too. You'll get an extra shot. Giving away some certified Terp sticks tonight, and I'm giving a pound of honey away from what you're looking at right now. RiverviewRoadApiary.com. Go check it out. Bee caps, yeah. So the bees will fill some of these caps up with pollen, and at some point, I thought I took a video or at least a picture, but Luke gave me a chunk of pollen. We were talking about it a little bit ago, and it's basically like a little pouch of powder. You guys know what pollen looks like? Like it's kind of like stuck together like a beard is. Must have some juice on my beard. About the droplet.
I'm not really sure.
Some lemonade on the beard.
All right. We're going to do the extraction portion of it.
Extraction time. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Let me throw the auto tune on real quick.
So the idea is that we're going to rotate this arm. You can eat it just like that. Yeah, you can eat it just like the way it is.
You want some of my honey? No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna do an indoor bee farm. No,
They have them. Usually they use bumblebees for like greenhouses and stuff.
really, that makes sense.
Yeah, they don't have to go as far.
But they make Oh wait, I didn't say honey. I said indoor bee farm. So not going to get any honey out of that.
You don't get honey out of bumblebees.
You could get the wax, maybe. Or what
No,
do they do?
They don't really
a
make wax.
home that you can.
No, they do make a home, but it's not. It's a really different. They make like a ball of pollen and put some honey on it, and then they lay an egg.
They lay an egg.
Yep.
Indoor bee farmer. Yeah, did you guys see that? Look at that. This is the reel I made. That's that spin part. Actually, I think I got another video of it. Let's see. Yeah, I made this up and down for a reel.
Yeah, you can actually see the honey hitting the wall at the edge of it.
Slapping honeys.
Yep.
Honey slapping that wall. Do you wear a bee suit when collecting it? Well, you guys are about to see that here shortly, actually. Yeah. I recorded myself trying to get this suit on. You guys might catch don't be looking up my shorts or anything either.
All right. I'm trying here. I didn't want to step on.
So he brought me some boots and some socks. I guess I can keep that up there. Beautiful honey, yep. Nancy says, am I not the only one getting hungry watching this? Well, it gets more about the bees here, but then back to the honey eventually.
Yeah, my real focus actually at the apiary is on bees. Like the honey is a nice side portion of it that helps support just the apiary moving forward.
Yeah, you gotta have funds.
Income for it,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the bees are really my passion.
Mouth is watering. Yeah. Well, I could tell you we got to taste some honey too, so it's even gonna get even better with the different flavors.
Yeah, some of the varietals that we got to try.
I need some bees. So Casey, he was saying that they do bumblebees indoors, but you're not going to get any honey out of that. What's up, Crystal? I was feeling like a Ghostbuster in the suit.
There's a clip for you.
Yes, actually, that would be a good idea. He does, yeah. He rescues bees, guys.
Random fencing and slide in somebody's house.
Yeah, the ones I have to cut out of people's houses are my least favorite.
Monsanto has Frankenbees,
Monsanto is growing freaking bees. It is true.
like reanimating bees or what?
No, they're making it so that they're less affected by the toxins that they put out, right? The insecticides.
So they're genetically modifying the bees.
So they're genetically modified bees.
Super bees.
And then they're trying to actually go through and copyright the genetics on them too. So that's an interesting court case out there.
Copyright their genetics. Ooh.
Right? They've already done it with a lot of.
Next guy will just change it a little more. Oh,
Well,
but
they've already done it with like corn and right the other stuff.
But for some reason, we look at plants as a different type of living creature than moving things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, but when you think about it too, right? People don't realize honeybees, the business in the United States, honeybees are about a $15 billion business.
$15 billion business.
Yeah.
Honeybees, guys.
So they're like 90% of the world's almonds are all made in California, and about 95% of the United States honeybees go to California to pollinate those almonds. They ship them around the U.S. So like small beekeepers, I'm considered a small beekeeper with 70 hives. There are smaller ones, right? Of course, but the big guys have like thousands.
Yeah, I think we talked about what the biggest one would be, like 20,000. I remember you saying, if that was right.
In Illinois.
Maybe that wasn't.
That's in Illinois.
No way. What are you doing?
Yeah, in Illinois, it's
Good night,
it's like
Jess.
it's like 20,000.
20,000. What's the most popular honeybee keeping state? I guess.
Technically, right? It's probably California or Florida.
Mm,
That'd be my two main guesses. But like Utah is the beekeeping state, right? I think that's the beekeeping. I think that
I've never heard that.
Somebody should check. I believe it's Utah is the beekeeping state.
You might not, but for the most part, people do. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, most people can't tell the difference between like a honeybee and a wasp. Yeah, like I can tell the difference between like a small bee.
Yep, Utah, beehive state. There you go.
Utah is the beehive state. That's crazy. Wonder if that has to do with the fact that it's just there's a lot of natural beehives there versus people that are keeping bees.
I think it's actually just something they
what
claimed.
they wanted to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guy Cooksey in the house. What's up, my man? We need to get you on the show next week before, or 2 weeks maybe from now, before the upcoming event. You're going to see Sir Steve-O and myself live and in a booth at the Herbal Roots Canna Fest coming up in Dixon, Illinois, July 12th and 13th. Let me check it out. Can't wait to see you, bro. Yeah, we're going to see Smashley there. We're going to see the Roachies there. Drizzle Dab, I believe, is going to be there, if I'm not mistaken. No, maybe not. I think I talked to him about it. Be a small one, like two. Yeah. You could have like two. You could have two.
Yeah,
hives.
absolutely. Like if you're starting out, 2 hives and what's called a nuke, you can see
Good night, Jess.
you see some of those smaller boxes. They just aren't quite as big. Those are technically called nukes. So you get 2 of those and a nuke, and that's a good way to start off.
Well, you haven't.
So many different looks to them.
Oh yeah,
More of these.
and different hive types, right? You can't really, if you've never seen it before, you wouldn't realize that there's different hive types out there. But there's styrofoam, wood, and then there's one called an apamane out there that's kind of like a cooler, like that material.
I wonder if you can you put them under like shade? Could you make like say like a carport or something, or like a tent without walls?
Yeah,
that you could have them.
You put them under. Yeah. They like the full sunlight, or at least partial sunlight.
Well, what makes you not have them, covered up? Is it not really going to give you much cooler?
They cool the hive themselves. So like,
but for you though, I mean.
Oh, for me. Yeah, my focus isn't me, man. My focus is the bees.
You got to be out there, so
that's all right.
You just do it at the right times. We went out there at the heat of the day. It was my fault. I went out there late. It's hard for me to get going before 10 o'clock in the morning. It's crazy.
It's in the summer, right? If you're out there, like being out there by sun up is real good.
Matthew wants to know, why are they against the fence?
It's
any reason?
Easier to mow the lawn if they're not around. So I don't have to go in as big of circles around there, but there's no real reason. If you have them in the city, if you have them in city limits, if you put them up against a fence, so the entrance is against a fence, they'll fly up and over, so people don't even see that you have them. So like Chicago, right? Chicago, you can have honeybees. You can have 2 hives in Chicago, and they usually just put them against a fence. So this is the hive we're going to get through. I believe we're going to look at some queens here, some queen cells.
Yes, I did see those. I got pictures of it.
Yeah. So these queen cells, since we met on this, they've hatched. So those are all we're going to be ready to go into hives, to nukes.
No, man, it's not a bad question, Matthew. Like, this is foreign to most of us, and this is one of the things Luke likes to do, is the education process, because he can do his job becomes much easier the more people know about bees and know what's happening.
Yeah, the less people that are panicked. So everyone's afraid of getting hurt, right? It doesn't matter what it is, if it's bee stings or not. And so it's kind of drilled into us from a young age, because some of us have been stung young, usually by wasps, not usually by honeybees. So yeah, if I can talk to people about honeybees and get you guys educated and at least talking about it to other people, that's my ideal goal. Like the honey is a side effect. If we can get pollinators in the forefront where they should be in our society, that's my goal.
Well, and I brought up to you that I've heard honeybee keepers getting a bad rap because of the interaction between honeybees and other bees, other pollinators, I should say.
Yeah. So that is being talked about more, right? It's like because the honeybees outcompete are really good.
Hold on, you guys look at this. This is for me. This was an intense moment, and this is the queen cell. So I'll pause it so you can finish your thought, but then we'll get back to that.
Yeah. So people talk about bees being invasive versus non-native species. Basically, they're a non-native species, which is two separate things, right? Invasive means it actually has a negative impact for human life. You guys can go ahead and look it up.
Sure.
And because that was our definition, right? We brought something in that wasn't native to the area. A non-native just means it's been brought into the area and it doesn't have a negative impact on our life. So honeybees are non-native. They are really good at competing for resources. However, there is some studies that say, well, they outcompete native pollinators, but the real focus should be not that they're outcompeting native pollinators, is that we don't have enough things for them to pollinate, right? So if we don't have enough out there, that's not the honeybees' fault. And we are intimately entwined with them right now as far as food sources go, right? The amount they increase our fruits and nuts and berries, right? Like we couldn't do without them at this point.
So do you think we could replace most other pollinators with honeybees eventually?
No, because there's actually the other thing that people don't talk about is that there's other bees out there that are better pollinators at specific plants. So like there's a pumpkin pollinator, there's like cherry tree pollinators. Like there are other bees that are really good at pollinating stuff that aren't honeybees. Honeybees are okay at it, but there's other bees that are much better. So if you actually want like pollinators around, or you have an apiary or something, you can. I'm totally for people buying those little bee. They look like little wood houses for bumblebees and stuff. Yeah, totally buy some of those. That's okay. That's good. And as long as you're increasing your pollinator numbers overall, and we're giving them some forage to forage on, those are the two things that you can do that helps everybody.
Yeah, I think some people. I think there's a misconception that you need things for them to like you don't want too many because you don't have enough flowers. But what happens is when you have more pollinators, you end up with more.
Yeah, they get more seeds. You get more seeds,
more flowers, more everything.
Yeah, and the flowers actually show off more. So it's really strange. Like the first year after you have honeybees in an area, everyone talks about how well their flowers are doing, and then they just expect their flowers to continue to do well. But it's really, you've just increased the number of pollinators in the area to a point where now you have enough pollinators for the flowers to actually be producing, right? To be showing off, because that's really, it's advertising, right? It's a flower. It's like, hey, I have pollen, I have nectar. You should land here.
I'm colorful. I'm pretty. Yeah. I got these beautiful. I got these big petals you can land on easily and all that. It's attractive.
Yeah, and
more
then
so than like the smaller ones on the weeds and the things that.
And you get more pollinators, which means you get more predators, right? And that's okay for everything, right? Because they don't just eat pollinators.
Circle,
So we're filling in some more of that circle that's kind of falling apart.
That makes sense, because we hate to think of this, but we have to keep some of the pests around that we don't like. Some things there are things that we can't seem to find a reason why they're around, and we do want to get rid of them. Which is funny to me because I feel like we're just arrogant and we just don't realize what the reason is. What is it? Just food for maybe other things? Like who knows?
Absolutely.
Certain, like spider crickets. Like what the heck is that thing around here for? Like what is that for?
Mosquitoes is the one that I don't. I mean, really, if we could figure out.
Jason, what's up? Jason says, we all like big petals.
Yeah.
Flies, ants, and beetles pollinate our pawpaw. Yeah, wow.
Absolutely.
So guys, before I get back to the video, I do want to remind you, I'm about to put the likes, the entire list of people that hit the like button on the wheel from the Grow Fam Homestead and from my page, Wayland the Indoor Farmer. So make sure you hit them both up. I'll give you a couple minutes, maybe not a couple minutes. I'll give you like 30 seconds to make sure you hit it, and then we're gonna fill the wheel up. But yeah, shouts out to Jason. We got people in the boxes next or tomorrow. He's one of the awesome hosts of the show. So I don't know what we're gonna. Actually, I think I have an idea. I'm gonna talk to you about it later, Jason. I think I have some ideas of what we'll do tomorrow. But yeah, so I wanted to get back to this video, but give us a second. Actually, I'll just pull it up while we're talking because I see the like button. I see a bunch of likes happening right now, so I want to make sure people get in there.
But yeah, this frame's is a specialized frame. It's pretty awesome.
Well, thanks, Chaz. I mean, I have to say that I am out of my wheelhouse on bees, but it really brings in it encompasses, because we talk about the word sustainability so often, it just loses its meaning. And I always have to give the caveat that sustainability, it's not just growing plants. It's not just growing plants. It's like there's so much more about it that is encompassed in. This is a very key role that anyone can take, but it's not the road traveled by. Most farmers don't have bees. Like,
No,
it's not a thing that a lot of people do. It's a very niche, different thing, and I think it's going to be more and more important. All right, so that's probably enough time, guys. If you haven't hit that like button, do so right this second as I'm going to grab the likes. Let's see, let me refresh it. It's like 23 over on the page. 26 now, so I did get 27, 28, 29. I wish I would just say it instead of the way. Dang it. Clicks don't happen when you want them to. All right. Come on.
but yeah, as long as when you're talking about farmers, you're talking about bees are a part of it. Water sources is part of it. We got everything, right? Everything's going to work together to make those. To make the world a better place, basically.
Is there anything that their main diet is on bees?
Yeah, there's a fly called a robber fly. Those are those usually eat pollinators, bees, bumblebees, things like that. They're pretty awesome looking.
Is there some reason they eat pollinators because there's some pollen left on them?
That's what they're specialized to do. They look like bees. They hang out near flowers. They're really quick they're good hunters. Dragonflies eat a lot of everything. They'll eat anything. They're like the main predator of the insect world. There's some birds that live near my apiary called flycatchers, and they eat a lot of my bees.
I know birds eat insects, but that's interesting that they eat bees.
These guys sit in the fence line every day for about a half hour, and then they fill up, and they leave. But when you're talking about a single beehive is about 80,000 bees. So say that a flycatcher eats like 100, it's not really hurting my population to a point where it matters that much.
Right. It helps the whole circle. Like
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah, and if they actually catch some flies too, I'm not a big fan of flies. So.
Me neither. I don't see a huge purpose, but I know they're one of the
larva.
scavengers.
Their larva is they break things down.
Okay. All right, so I got the wheel set up. After this video, it's another minute and a half long. We'll watch this video, and then we'll do the spin for the certified terp sticks, and then we're going to wait a little bit later and do the spin for the honey. We'll probably do a hashtag for that. Oh, I need to do that backwards. Okay, so this is a queen.
This is a queen frame.
Yeah.
So what I've done is that you have to make a hive queenless, so they know that they don't have a queen, and then I have to get rid of all of the queens being raised in the hive because they start raising queens. I have to make them hopelessly queenless, is what you call it. And then we do grafting. So we take. If you remember way back in the beginning, we had that picture of the little C's, like the little sea larva.
Mm-hmm.
You take specialized tools, you scoop them out, and you put them into cells in there, and then after 16 days, they hatch, and then there'll be queens. And I put them in little cages because otherwise they'll go through and kill each other, fight each other to the death.
Oh,
So there's only one queen per hive.
right.
You got to kill the rest of them.
So if you're trying to cultivate multiple queens,
So I
then
do,
you have
and that's
to-
what I'm trying to do. And that frame has about like 12 queens on it
Oh,
or so.
wow. You're like if a breach happens, they're all gonna kill each
Yeah,
other.
so
They're-
you want to. It's a lot of work to only get one queen out of that. So then you separate them out, and you put them each in their own little hive, and hopefully they leave, mate with some males, and the males die, and they'll make it back to that little hive, and then I have queens that I'll either put in my other hives that are having problems with the queen, or I'll sell.
Look at this delicate work I'm doing right here, you guys. That's me in the white suit.
You did great.
Hope I win that honey, Nancy. Heck yeah! Hope everybody does. But I guess, you all just remind everyone you can win a gift code to the Riverview Road Apiary.com on the Indoor Farmer game nights on Sunday. But also you can go to the website and buy some. The Indoor Farmer, or I'm sorry, the Riverview Road Apiary.com. I don't have a website yet, but I do have a locals page. If you want to support me, you can go to the indoorfarmer.locals.com. All right, so let's remove that. Share in the new screen. So I've already got all the likes. I mean, if you hit it now, appreciate it, but it's a little bit late. We're going to do a hashtag for the honey in a little bit here. We got quite a few more pictures to go. I'm going to show you guys some close-ups of the bees themselves. So be ready. Shouts out to Rumble over there. I see you guys. There's about 6 Rumblers hanging out right now. Give it a good shuffle. And now we'll just go back to, actually, wait, that's right. I can do this. I can put us both on here.
Wow.
No, maybe I can't. I did want for once, but I'll have to adjust things differently. Nope, never mind. Let's go back to what we had.
It's all right. Yep.
It's always a work in progress. Okay, let's go. Good luck, everybody. This is for the, actually, you know what? I'm going to play us a quick commercial. Let's see what can we find in here. I need to find some new commercials. T-shirt promo. I'm not sure if that's still going on. So let me go to we're going to do the Veg 1, Veg 2, and give us a couple minutes, guys, to check this out. See the gun show on Ash Gross himself, and we'll be right back.
Hey everyone, it is Ash with the Grow Fam Homestead, and we are excited to be teaming up with Foop to bring you one epic garden this season. From our cannabis plants to our more than hobbyist vegetable garden, we'll be feeding our plants only the best. Today we're going to discuss how we use Foop nutrients during the vegetative stage of growing our cannabis plants. We start by using half of the recommended dose that's on the bottle, meaning we feed 10 milliliters of Veg 1 and 10 milliliters of Veg 2, which is approximately 2 teaspoons, and about 2.5 or half a teaspoon of the sweetener per gallon of water. We be sure to check the pH. It should be somewhere around 5.8 to 6.2. This part is really important not to miss. You can adjust your pH by using pH up or pH down, and you can use a pH pen or strips to ensure the pH is within the range you like it to be. We recommend you use your Foop in organic soil, and when using this soil, we like to start out saturating about 10% of your pot size. That means if you have a 10-gallon container, you're going to feed roughly 1 gallon of your Foop nutrient solution. Of course, as your plants get larger and the root system grows, you may have to add more. The best way we like to water or saturate our container is slowly. We start out by just feeding 1 pint or 1 quart at a time and seeing how your substrate absorbs this. Once you've noticed that your substrate has soaked in all of the nutrient solution, you can add more if necessary. It is important to ensure that your substrate has a good amount of moisture in it. Substrates that don't run the risk of your plant going hydrophobic, meaning that it doesn't like water at all. And always remember to store your food nutrients in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight to preserve its quality. Be sure that your garden is epic, just like the Grow Fam Homestead, and head on over to thefoop.com. Use promo code GROWFAM10 for your 10% off at checkout.
Sorry, I had us muted. I'm not used to this machine here. Josie Mitchell. So what I was saying while I was muted is that don't forget, you guys, if you are a subscriber to myself, the indoorfarmer.locals.com, or on Facebook, you get the Hash and Dash immunity. And if not, that's on any of the giveaways I'm doing, including the number wheel spin later. And I said, yes, I will be giving you guys all numbers before I do the spin. Don't worry. Thanks, Steve-O. I actually caught it before you got to me. Thank you. Josie Mitchell. We'll see if she's here. This way, doing giveaways this way takes a little bit longer because a lot of people will pop through and hit the like button just to show support.
Yeah.
And not be here anymore. So
yeah, it's all right.
It's okay. So I just give a good 30
Appreciate their
seconds.
support.
Yeah. And it doesn't hurt me any. Just do another spin, and everyone's saying congrats. I thank you guys, but I don't think she's here. It looks like I'm not seeing her anyway. I wonder if I'm missing comments over on the homestead. Hey, we just hit 200 people. Awesome.
Nice.
Let's see. No, I'm seeing comments that are not on my page, so that should work. All right, removing Josie. We're going to go ahead and spin again. If you're here, you're here, you know. And I like doing it this way because it does get more likes and it helps us out. But it also, you know, gives a chance for you guys to get two spots, my page and the homestead. You hear Josie? Yeah, Nancy. I didn't see her. You know, 30 seconds is enough time. Unfortunately, if you're here, you're here. And if she did pop up like right after I started, you know, respinning, I probably would have done something for her, but. Try not to tag her, though. I'm not sure if that. I doubt that's a tag, but yeah, thank you. Let's see. Looks like Jasper or Marianne Kelly, maybe. Jasper Monroe. Jasper Monroe, are you out there? Where'd you go, Jasper Monroe?
He ghosted us.
That's okay. No, it really is like.
It's a ghost, you know,
we used to do this.
Ghost.
Yeah. You got me with that one. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that. But the hashtag has been inaccurate some, and there's a tool on StreamYard that lets you get everyone's like a hashtag that you make, and you can set it up.
Yeah.
It was nice, but we've had too many. There's been too many times where it didn't seem accurate, or there wasn't the same number of people that had hit it. Anyway. This way is a little bit more accurate. It just takes us a little bit more time to get us a winner. But I can talk for 30 seconds until I think Jasper Monroe. Jasper Monroe is not in the house. Oh, there he is.
Oh.
I got it. Yes, he was like, I know they're gonna call my name. Thanks, Jasper, for sticking with us. Appreciate you, man. Congratulations. We got us a winner.
That's for the Terp stick, right?
The Terp stick, yeah.
Nice.
We're gonna do a hashtag for the honey because that's gonna be less people, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe not. We'll see. I could do the same wheel, but as I just said, I don't really like the hashtag, so but I didn't want to do the same wheel because we're gonna have a similar problem. I think we'll do the hashtag this time. Okay, so I got you, Jasper. On a roll. Okay. And then the honey. We'll do in a little bit. All right. Congrats, Jasper. I'm not sure what flavors that you have optional, but if anybody wants to go try the certified Terp sticks, you can get those on thegrowfam.com. I invite you to use my discount code WTIF10 for a discount at purchase. Rachel says she loves honey. Okay, yeah, we'll do a separate hashtag just because everyone hashtags honey. Yeah, well, let's let us get through some of this footage and we'll do a hashtag because this is really the meat of the
There's actually a pretty cool hive up there. So the hives to the left and right, you see the hive that has like the line down the middle of it.
Yep.
So that's it's called a Palmer nuke or a resource hive. So there's actually 2 hives in that one box. So they're all growing right next to each other.
They're separated.
They're separated though,
okay.
and they like share each other's heat. So they're really good for like going through winter and stuff. So it's like living in an apartment complex, right? So they because when it gets cold here, right? I mean, we get below 0 temperatures, but inside that hive, it's between 70 and 93 degrees, 96 degrees actually, and 96 degrees if there's larvae, but like around 70 if there's not.
Wow.
So they share that heat down through that wall. It's pretty awesome.
That's a huge difference when they have the I am now a forever grow fam. Thanks. Well, thank you, Jasper. Consider checking out game night on Sunday for the indoor farmer game night. If you like grow fam, you like that too. And grow fam, just so you know, has a show every day of the week. We have a live show, and there's a grow fam giveaway on every one of our shows. And there are some stipulations. You can't win more than twice a month. There's a I think that's the only main one. You do have to be here to win on anything except for on my show with my subscribers. William, thegrowfam.com. Use WTIF. It's actually WTIF 10. WTIF 10 at checkout, William, just in case you end up using it. Yes, okay, I think I'm caught up here. Ashley, rumors that the beekeepers can protect winters by the way the bees build their hives.
So we can tell. I have not found that to be true with my hives, at least. It's always, we get milder and milder. It seems to be a lot milder and milder winters, and then we have like 2 weeks of freezing, and that's when my heart sinks because I'm worried about them not making it through winter.
So it is crazy the way that they work in winter. Like they're still pretty active, but they use their wings to
wing muscles. Yeah. To cause heat.
To shift
the
temperature. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they press they have an exoskeleton right in the middle where their muscles are. So they cause that heat, they press that exoskeleton to the wax. It heats the wax and spreads heat through the hive. So it transfers that heat through. That's why you have to go. Each of those hives will go through winter with about 50 to 70 pounds of honey on each of them. So
how does it get, like, what's it look like at the end? Is it 0 or
almost 0. I usually actually I sometimes have to feed in March, right? Because this March we had a really early spring this year, 2 weeks early. But usually I have to feed in March to get them to survive.
The sugar water, is that something that you recommend people to help bees? When they
No, don't put sugar. Like if you really want to put sugar water out in like the end of August and September
Well,
time
she's
frame.
saying she's giving them specifically if she sees that they're tired or not.
Oh, when they're tired, you can do that. That's okay. But like, don't put like an open feeder sugar water around. If you want to do it for hummingbirds, there's actually hummingbird feeders that are really good that keep honeybees and stuff out of them.
Mhm.
So they're kind of flat. But as far as like if they're really tired, you can feed them. They actually probably will still die. They eventually they work themselves to death and they won't be able to get back to the hive.
I think we see a queen in here somewhere.
Oh no.
Or not, no, the males. I was gonna try to pick out a male.
Yeah, a drone. Let me see if I can find one.
I thought I had a good picture. Maybe there was a video of it. There's one here. But it's
Yeah,
hard
he's
to
hidden.
see. Yeah.
They have different eyes that wrap around the top of their head so they can see better. And they're a little bit bigger body wise. I have to keep about 50 to 70 pounds of honey in there for fall.
50 to 70 pounds of honey through the winter is to answer your question, Smash. Yeah, where's Waldo? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
actually,
swear I got a good
if you
one,
think
but-
about it, right, there's 20 of these frames, or at least 20 of these frames, depending on the hive. And there's one queen in there. So sometimes finding the queen is difficult, especially for new
Trust me,
beekeepers.
I know. A story of my life, finding my queens. Just kidding.
So you can see. Oh, go back a little bit. You can pause it. You can see the little C's, right? As you start scrolling by, you can see them in the bottom of those cells.
Hold on. It's not cooperating.
It's not
with me.
cooperating. Right there. See those little grubby looking guys? Remember we
This
talked
guy?
about? Yeah, up to your left, like right in that empty space.
Oh, those. Yeah.
Yeah, those are baby bees. They're just in their larva stage.
Oh, yeah. They're sort like little seeds.
They're little
the C's
seeds.
is what helps you when
Yeah.
you said that. They're like they curl around like little.
Yeah,
little
and they
U-shapes.
actually continue. They continue to rotate. That's how they eat. They rotate through, and like the bees will feed them. The other bees feed them.
Oh, they just sort of keep moving.
They just
in a
they just kind of
line.
rotate in a
Yeah.
circle.
Mhm.
Yep.
Forward and
And their
keep
sisters
going.
keep feeding them, and that's how they get fed.
Yeah. So the female bees are the workers.
Yes.
They do all of the building of the hive. They
Yep.
they do the honey. They go and get the pollen.
Water, pollen,
Yeah, they do all of it.
Propolis is just like bee glue. Like they
Mhm.
glue everything together. Yeah, they do all the work.
The male bees are literally just for the procreation.
Procreation. Yep. Going to increase the species. And actually, if they so something interesting happens too. Like if they run out of, they can't make a queen for some reason, and their queen dies, they actually start the workers can start laying eggs, only if the queen's dead, right? Otherwise, her hormone stops them. But they can start laying eggs, and they'll make only drones.
I took this with intentions to make it a reel, evidently, and I forgot. So I'm gonna have to go back and.
Yeah, so
Love
that's
this
a
bad
like a
boy.
little lid. They had that lid had a space between that and the frames, right? So they filled all that gap up with comb, and now that's all honey. That lid weighs probably 35 pounds, would be my guess.
I think I lifted part of it or
Yeah.
something. If I don't remember.
Yeah, it gets heavy.
Yeah, I was gonna send you this pic. Definitely.
Yeah, that's me on most days,
Yeah.
trying to figure out if the bees are doing okay. The queen's
So if you
still
see,
around.
He's wearing jeans. He wears like a top section.
Yeah, a jacket. So all of
It's
that,
kind of a
all of that yellow in that picture.
pollen. Yeah.
No, that's actually bees. That's all bees that will hatch out. That's about 3 pounds of bees in that picture.
Oh.
Not on top of the bee. Like the bees on top are different, but underneath those cappings is about 3 pounds of bees.
That's a lot of bees.
Yeah. And the queen's laying about. I'm just scooping the bees off because I didn't want to squish them.
I wanted everyone to see this part where he just scoops up a handful of bees Candyman. Candyman. Candyman.
So everyone's really afraid of bees, right? This is normal handling of them. It's not a big deal.
That was our picture we got to.
Yeah.
And now we're getting into the last section here of the juicing.
Yeah, we're gonna open the gate. That
Mr.
thing-
Wonka, we must juice the honey. There you go, guys. This is not dabs. It's not distillate. That's that good. That's that sweet nectar.
So it goes through 2 filters there, and then it bottles. That's it.
I've made a reel out of this, and it's pretty popular.
Yeah.
It had,
So that white there is actually air that got trapped in the honey when it got spun out.
mhm.
So it kind of
There's
floats
like
to the top.
bubbles.
It bubbles.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
tastes like marshmallows, like honey and marshmallows. It's pretty good.
Like a light airiness to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Catch the last bit of it. Okay. Honey, Rachel says.
Yeah.
What's
so
up, Billy?
That's the inside of it. There's little bits on the wall. That's just wax from the frames.
So you see little like chunks and little bits. Yeah, that's what he's saying is the wax. Florida hippie dude in the house. What's up, man? All right.
And you can see the frames in that last one. You can actually see the frames, right? So we've cut all the cappings off, and they're all empty. So like it all spins out. It's all empty. There'll be like a little tiny bit left, and depending on when it is in the season, I might set it back out and let the bees finish cleaning all that out.
Uh-huh.
They'll clean out all the honey that's left over in there.
Well, what would you do with it otherwise?
I put it right back in the hive,
Oh,
and they'll refill it.
well,
So-
then you don't even need to let that's you're cutting out some of the job for him if you just shove it right back in
Yeah,
there. Okay.
absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, well, that's a pretty cool still picture.
Yeah.
Just like, boom.
Looks like stars.
Everyone watching right now thinks it looks like dabs.
So
Now we
I was
know how
actually
Winnie
just
the Pooh
talking
left.
to I was just talking to somebody about Winnie the Pooh and about
Me too.
why bears actually like honey. And the
Yeah.
answer is like not really. Like they do. It's a carbohydrate, but they really are there for the larva, which is a protein. So it's a really rich protein source. So bears really like hives. And if you ever see a bear like get into a hive, it looks like you took a stick of dynamite and threw it in the hive and just blew it to bits. There's nothing left when
It's
they're
just
done.
all split
They
open
just
and-
shred. Yeah, they shred it all. So we don't have any bears here. I don't have to worry about that. But
That makes a lot of sense, and that's probably why we have the misconception that they just love honey.
Yeah.
You see that bear with their big old paw inside there, just licking
Yeah.
all the honey up.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
because
it's
there's-
where bears sting, or the bees sting too, right? Bees like sting noses because they can smell carbon dioxide. But like if I had like a marker in my pocket, they'll go and try to sting the tip of that marker because it's black, right? Because what are their predators? Are like skunks, raccoons, and bears, and their nose is black. So they go for a black dot and try to sting it so they can't breathe.
Oh wow!
Right? So they'll try to suffocate it and then go through, and that way that predator never comes back.
Local honey every day would do everyone good. Pollinating the flowers close to you to help your immunity.
Helps your immunity. Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, so the allergy relief stuff is pretty interesting. I have people that swear by it. Technically, the doctor studies say it doesn't do anything, but I have people that buy honey from me locally.
It's a very
And swear-
it's
swear-
a very well known thing though. It's
Yeah,
like-
right. But it's like one of those things. You're like, well, if it helps, I'm not ever going to complain with anybody. But
Placebo effect,
maybe, yeah, maybe.
But we know honey it pulls infection out of wounds. There are medicinal properties of honey, and maybe there's a misconception that it's going to help you, but
Well, it has naturally occurring hydrogen peroxide in it too. That's the bees put hydrogen peroxide into the honey, so it is
interesting.
antibacterial. Like a lot of stuff in the hive, antifungal, antibacterial. They're not just honey. Propolis, beeswax, not so much, but propolis and honey, those two things are pretty awesome. It's like the outer immune. It's like the skin of a hive. So they actually will coat the inside of that hive with propolis,
Mhm.
which is their glue, and it is antibacterial, antifungal. So that's like their kind of outer skin.
Is that like mixed in with the wax?
It is. It's honey mixed with tree sap, mostly cottonwood tree sap.
And it's a different consistency than honey, I'm guessing.
It is. Yeah, it's like glue.
Smashley says that she loves how doctors shut it down because it ain't in the medical books.
Yeah.
I would contest that it's actually because it's not in their pharmaceutical catalog.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
what it is.
That could be some of it.
It's the same reason cannabis gets demonized by doctors. They can't prescribe it, and there's no kickback. And okay, I'll push back against myself. Some of them probably truly believe that honey isn't good, but they
never say it's not good for you. They say
are not doing what they think.
They just say maybe it doesn't do as much to
or
ours as we
disagree
think.
or whatever it is, but like there is a subliminal incentive for them to push towards pharmaceuticals.
And honey's great for stuff like coughs. Man, I just had there's a flu going around. I had that for like 2 weeks. They had a cough that went with it. It's great for that.
So what you guys are looking at here, and now that we're done through the bee portion of it, we'll all set up a hashtag for us. But we're going to check out his father's blacksmithing shop where they actually do classes to teach other people how to blacksmith, which is really, really cool. I don't know about you guys, but like I've played too many video games and watched too many cartoons to not want to like make my own set of armor.
Yeah. So like the first time you take a class, so I've taken a couple classes from Dad. He's 82 years old right now. I think maybe 82. Yeah. Anyway, he teaches class. He's out there blacksmithing probably 8 hours a day. And it is exhausting. Like when you're like, oh yeah, I'll make I'll make a suit of armor. Like you'll be happy to make like a straight stick. Like it is swinging a 5-pound hammer for 8 hours a day. And there is a definite skill and ability with blacksmithing that is just, I think, overlooked.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where it's a what's the term, like it's a stamina thing. It's not a race. It's you have to know how to just go at a steady pace for a long time.
Yeah, it's a marathon, right?
That's a good.
But even with a marathon, it is moving the metal where you want to move it by hitting it with a hammer, right? Like you have to get it hot enough to be able to make it malleable, to move it where you want to move it, and you have to be able to hit it with a hammer to make it do that. So there's a lot of physics involved. There's a lot of metallurgy involved, like study of metals, to understand what you're doing. And now he does make some pretty wicked. I think you got a picture of the tomahawks and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. He makes some pretty awesome things like that. That fence that he saw right in the beginning, that black fence that we looked over the river. That is he made all that fencing. So that was a huge project.
Okay, here's the hashtag, guys. I already have the hashtag tool pulled up, giveaway tool pulled up. So here it is for the honey, pound of Riverview Road Apiary honey coming at you. All right. So we've got some sort of outside area.
Yeah, this is the outside student area, because when you're standing in front of a coal fire for 6 or 8 hours, right? It's not bad to be outside and hopefully getting some wind blowing your way, because you don't really air condition it. But that thing on the right is an anvil, little gray thing, right? Everyone's seen them, Roadrunner.
This guy,
Yep. Or the one there on the left. So that they put them on stumps or chunks of cut down tree to keep the ringing down, because when you're smacking a metal hammer on top of a thing, right, it really does ring loud. So it vibrates. The vibrations absorbed by that wood. And those other things are forges. And then in the forges is coal and coke and stuff. Coal and coke. So yeah, that's a basic blacksmith setup.
Smashy says you need good aim too. Like
yeah, you need good aim. Yeah, absolutely.
William's seen it done before. Or maybe no, he's talking to Marianne Kelly, maybe about something else. Joe's been on a honey kick. He stopped putting sugar in his coffee, now puts honey.
Yeah. So that's there's actually, so if you're looking for very specific honey to put in coffee.
Billy, that's awesome. Sorry. His brother made it through surgery. Very awesome. I hope you have a good night, brother.
Nice. If you're looking for very specific honey, there's a varietal honey. We didn't talk much about varietals, but you're looking for buckwheat honey, and that you put that. I don't sell it, but if you put that in your coffee, it already kind of tastes like coffee. It's a really nice additive. So buckwheat honey is what you're looking for.
Buckwheat honey.
Yep.
You know, it's weird. I know I took a video of us testing those honey sticks,
Yeah.
and it never came up. So
No,
I'm not sure what happened there. His friend now says his mom does bee and honey things. He offered to bring us a jar. But okay.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Make friends with the beekeeper. Like it doesn't have to be me. Make friends with any. There's lots of them out here.
man, that's such an angle to what I try to get out there, is that you don't have to be the person that does the garden and the cattle and the hunting and beekeeping. Like, you don't even have to be the person that has the farm. If you become friends with a farmer, become friends with a beekeeper, you can help them out sometimes. Maybe there's something that you can offer in return. Maybe it's just hard labor. Maybe it's just, whatever, but there's always something to, and we're getting back to that. A lot of people are doing things where they make a deal with the local farmer for half a cow or whatever, and they're doing these deals. These just direct to people. The farmers market's another option, but even more direct than that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of trade, right, bartering going on, and it happens. I think it happens more than you think, but it really needs to. If everyone got involved, I think it would happen even more.
Yeah, we have to realize that, and on larger scales, of course, the government does not like that, and but if there's plenty of direct to consumer things that you can do, especially with food.
So this is the inside area for the blacksmithing. There's just like a belt grinder and another grinder there.
I saw no hoagies. I only saw grinders. You know that reference? It's
Yes.
a Adam Sandler song.
Hoagie and grinders, navy beans.
Yes, it's my favorite. It's
Lunch
about
Ladyland,
food.
right?
Lunch, yeah, down in at Sloppy Joe, or no, was it Lunch? Yeah, Lunch
Lunch
Ladyland
Ladyland,
was the name of the
yeah.
song. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so there's some of the
These-
hammers. Those are all handmade, I think. They have we'll see a little bit later. And they're not all handmade. I see some of them in the back there ground off. Those are blacksmithing hammers.
What about navy beans? She got you too. Yeah, blacksmithing hammers that did not look like what I thought they would.
Yeah.
Right here. Our lawn mowing guy just learned this about him. What? I missed something. It's okay. Yeah, heck yeah. Get on the other areas. We got Margaret on X. You can hashtag on X. You can hashtag on Rumble. Hashtag on both pages, Wayland Indoor Farmer and Grow Fam Homestead on Facebook. Oh, I just did. Do that. So yeah, hammers. It did not look like what I expected.
Yep. There's the
Chisels.
student area. A couple more anvils. So this is for like winter when you can't stand outside.
Mm-hmm.
He gives classes all year, every weekend.
So this is an interesting, different style. Like it
Yeah,
clamps
that's
a
a
piece
vise.
of wood in
It's
there.
it's called a stand-up vise. So or a post vise, either way. So it's a vise for holding things.
But it's not. But it's absorbing the.
It's so you can like bend metal, or you can put a tool in
so
there.
I'm missing.
so you can
Okay, it's an optical illusion here. There's an actual stump.
There's an
behind it.
actual stump.
I
behind
thought
it.
it was the wood was hanging off of this.
No, you can
it's
see
a
like
bad
the base
picture.
down there.
My
Yeah.
bad.
There you go. That's a better picture.
Yeah,
of it.
that's actually the two things I was looking at.
Yeah.
But look at all the you could just smell the metals and oils and
Yeah, it smelled like a shop. It smells like a shop. in
like
there.
a shop.
So that's his giant metal table where he does layouts of stuff. So some of the art that he does in the background, on the wall.
So
And
what makes him use coal? Can't you just use the same torch that a glass blower would use?
you could use a acetylene torch, or you can use an acetylene furnace. Coal's just the common. That's what they used to use.
Hmm.
And so
Isn't it harsher, to be around it?
not really. You're using maybe some. Does it burn cleaner? Right. Usually you have a scrubber on the end of that
Mhm.
pipe
Okay.
in order to make it burn cleaner. But
That's what our coal plants do now.
They have giant
CO2
scrubbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, and for the amount that you're burning, you're not making that big of a difference.
I see. Closer up of the art and the
Yeah,
different.
some of the
different
art
things.
back there.
There's a guy I saw at the farmer's market, or maybe it was a different market, but he was making all kinds of yard ornaments out of metal.
Could have been
different
him.
things.
Could have been my
Does
dad.
he? Okay.
Or it could have been another guy. There's another guy locally that's a friend of the family called Gene.
I didn't talk to him all that long. He
Well,
actually didn't
yeah.
have a business. It was just
Oh,
snowman
he's
out
just
there.
old guys
He just
making
selling it as one of the booths. It wasn't even a company. And
Yeah.
there were these different pieces that would fit together and move, like with the wind and the
Oh
air.
yeah, some of those mechanical. Those are pretty cool.
Mhm.
Those are usually not blacksmithed. Those are usually just
Or
bent metal.
machine.
Yeah. Just
More
some
tools,
more tools.
Just tried to get as much as I could. That's not a good picture.
There you go. So those are called little giants, are
This
power
thing?
hammers. Yep. So those hit with like the force of like 50 pounds per swing, sort of thing.
But
They're
you told me
mechanical.
before they're not something that you can do everything with. It's like
Yeah, it's for moving big
certain-
metal usually.
yeah.
Now there are people that are really good with them. They can do stuff with them, but I'm not good with them, and I can just move big metal with it.
Mhm. So they're a little more difficult to work with.
Yeah. There's Dad's hammer and that's his anvil.
Ow. We're going to craft shows. Yep, Mary.
Yeah.
The
So-
live makers. Okay.
Yeah, so he goes to some, or used to go to some craft shows. He won't do it for free anymore. He's relatively
They were having him do it for free?
some of the times, yeah.
Man.
That's his kiln, is not his kiln, his forge.
The Forge.
Yeah. So he's got a gate there because it was pulling too much draft, so you have to be able to control your fire. So a lot of people look at blacksmithing and are like, oh, you're just hitting metal. You actually have to have the fire hot enough
Mhm.
or at the right
Or
temperature.
not too hot.
Right,
Right.
not
Yeah,
too
yeah.
hot, so that you're actually making your metal to a point where you can move it. So then all those tongs there. So he's made
Yeah.
most of those tongs, right? It used to just be chunks of metal, long chunks of metal. You can see them around the bucket too, the background.
So do you use the tongs for blacksmithing?
Yeah, because you can't hold the metal, right?
Yeah,
so
so
you have to have specialized tongs to fit the metal to be
make
able to
your
hold
own
it.
tools for the job, for the skill or for the trade.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
There's some
All
of
right,
the
here you go.
those are some of the tomahawks he makes.
Tomahawks.
So I think those are made out of railroad spikes. You can see the railroad spike at the end of it. So like see on the end of the back end of the thing has a
it
flat
is.
end.
Okay.
So it's where the apiary is right next to a railroad, and the railroad will just
Ah.
yank spikes and toss them into the
And
grass.
that was a hammer.
Yeah, and that was a hammer.
That's cool.
Yeah,
So,
so-
you can take something that's already a tool and then do something else with it. That's
Yeah,
cool.
if it's all worn out or bent.
Yeah, these are tomahawks, not hawk-twas. 1600 degrees is hot, Mary. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's an old historical town that does events times and dress up. Yeah, there's one near me too. A wildlife prairie park. They
Yep.
have kind of a old style prairie home and some things. I don't know if they ever do any actual blacksmithing, but there's a whole bunch of tools there.
they have a
It
shop
looks-
out there, but I don't think anybody actually works at it.
Yeah, not hawk-twa, Rachel. These are tomahawks. Okay.
Yeah, knives
did
you can do.
knives. Okay.
Knives is not like usually a starter one, or if you do knives, they're more like a letter opener sort of things. But they're still pretty. Even just the letter openers are pretty hard to make.
Could I take a butter knife and just put a sharpened edge on it?
You could, but you don't have to blacksmith that at all. You
use
just
a
sharpen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, like a lot of knives are made that you see are made, they usually cut like a section out, and they just call that a plug, I think, or something like that, and then they shape the knife off of that. So maybe they'll heat it a little bit, maybe they'll do some blacksmithing with it, but not very much, not very often. But Forge and Fire, right? People
Yeah.
watch that all the time. They do move
I've
some
seen
metal
it.
on that one. So
I think I've seen it. Well, that is all the footage that I took on my excursion, you guys. So definitely comment below. Tell me what you liked, what you thought about it. We do have another giveaway, actually a couple more to do. Got the hashtag here. Okay, let me share it in. Yeah, get that hashtag in. Make sure you do it right, and make sure you do it over on my page, over on the homestead. You can go to Rumble. You can go to X. We're live on GrowFam on X. We're live on the Indoor Farmer on X. We're live on the Indoor Farmer Rumble. Unfortunately, I don't think Kick will do that, but I do see people popping in over on Kick. I appreciate that.
Amanda, I'm from Chillicothe, Illinois.
I think I'm 7 followers away on Kick before I can get subscriptions. So
that's
if you're on Kick out there, guys, go check it out.
And then Sherry, when you say you made the show Fortune Fire, were you on the show Fortune Fire, or did you help make it?
Actually, we made the show. So, like, you got on the show with the knives, or? Oh, Illinois Quilter. That must be someone that you know.
That's somebody I'm married to.
Oh, wow, okay.
So she's a professional quilter.
You were brought up earlier about the allergy.
Yeah, allergic to
shots,
bees.
Yeah. Got married at Wildlife Prairie Park. Wow.
Yeah, 20 years ago, July 10th.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a previous. Okay.
Oh no,
you were there too. I gotcha.
Yeah, I was there.
So I need to know where the beekeeper is from. Okay, you said it.
Yeah.
I don't know any. Oh, I see. Amanda, I don't know if there's a network of beekeepers that we could hook you up with, but it would be a cool idea.
There are bee clubs everywhere.
Okay. He went on the show, Sherry. So there's bee clubs.
There's bee clubs everywhere.
I bet Facebook has plenty.
Yeah, or you can just do a Google search by look for like a local bee club. The local one here is HOI Bees. The one in Bloomington is CIBA, CIBA.
CIBA.
Yep.
Okay.
Central Illinois Beekeeping. So, yeah, if you, and I've got a contact page. If you guys want to contact me on my website, I'll look for them for you. Ohio. I don't know of any in Ohio right away.
Is there really only 7 people in the GrowFam homestead? Doesn't seem right. Let me go check. Yeah.
It's cool that your son went, Jerry, to Fortune Fire.
Holy cow. Okay. It's strange, but is what it is. We still got 170 people in the house, so it's just weird. Anyway, make sure you get it in. We got we'll wait a couple minutes. We'll do the did that last time. It's not gonna be the one that I like. I thought we do this. Got it. Nice. I'm one of the 7 in Ohio, if you know it. One of the 7.
7 on the Homestead.
Oh, on Homestead. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's strange. Maybe Facebook really messes with the algorithms. Like, there's typically 50 to 100 people on the Homestead, but it's like it just depends on if it's being allowed this week or not, you know. But
yeah.
I think there was a lot of people here earlier. They just missing out on this honey. All right, Steve-O, I see you, bro. Okay. 50 seconds, and we're going to do this spin. Good luck, everybody. 1 pound of... are you serious?
Oh, no.
This is why I don't use the damn hashtag tool.
It crashed.
I didn't do anything. And then just... Okay, it's back up to 15. That's about right, though, because there's only 20 people on Facebook, and that's the only people that will hashtag. Go. You may want to try it again, guys. It only gave me 15 of them. So just totally crashed. We're just gonna go back to this so that you guys can see if the number raises.
Let's talk real quick as long as we're waiting for it.
Sure.
How far bees travel. So that's the thing that most people don't understand, or the volume, right? That what goes into a pound of honey. So bees travel in about a 2-mile radius. Anything further than that, losing the honey. They don't have the calories to make up for it. And then another interesting thing is how much they make in the one lifespan. So one bee in one lifespan, I told you this before. Do you remember?
Yeah. Well, I don't know the amount though.
Okay.
You're gonna give me numbers, and those numbers don't stay.
1/12 of a teaspoon. That's all she'll make her whole life. 1/12 of a teaspoon. So she'll visit all those flowers, work herself to death, and make 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey.
And it just takes thousands to get that.
Thousands of bees, millions of flowers, 2 million flowers for 1 pound of honey. 2 million, right? It's hard to wrap our heads around. We don't think in millions real well.
No. How many bees had to die for this pound of honey?
Yeah, so you'd have to let's see. It's 1/12, so 16 ounces. I don't know. I can't do the math in my head.
Yeah.
Right? 1/12 of a teaspoon.
How often? I guess you'd have to know.
2 cups of honey, basically. So 1/12. So I don't know how many teaspoons are in a cup.
Yeah, you guys see the number going back up now. Or it was already, but they're very, very disconcerting anyway. So please try it again. And if you haven't done so, I see nobody hashtagging on Rumble, and I don't know. I think YouTube would work. It seems like it might, and try the Rumble and the X again. If you could, please. Sorry, guys. Very annoying. It seems like we deal with something like this. Yeah, we got it. Okay.
So when you get this honey, you can sit down and go look at it, right? 2 million flowers, 1/12 a teaspoon.
That is a staggering.
It's staggering, right? It's
stat.
But also the thing I find uplifting about it is that they're all working together, right? It's something that we can learn. There's a bunch of stuff we can learn about honeybees, but all working together, they make something amazing.
Sorry, I had to check.
That's all right.
Check on my mom. My mom is not doing so well. But yeah, the best part I think is that they don't have to be like they're fully, what's the word, independent. Like there's not a whole lot that you need to offer them.
No,
you just have to get things.
There's some, right? I have to be there. So the first 2 years as a beekeeper, they'll survive in spite of you. After that, you help them along, right? There's the things you're guiding them in little things, right? Taking care of mites. We even talk about varroa mites.
Oh, the mites.
Oh my gosh, right? We could do a whole thing on mites.
Yeah,
but
we did talk about it a little bit last show, but it's always worth mentioning.
Yeah, so varroa mites are a pest that eats their fat body, which is basically their spleen and their liver and the fat on them. That's the real quick breakdown of it. And then as a beekeeper, you try to keep those numbers in check so that it doesn't overwhelm the hive. So anyway, but yeah, like as a beekeeper, I'm trying to guide them on the path that I want them to go on and help them stay healthy.
Because you're harvesting from them, and people probably have the thought of, well, if you weren't messing with them, then they wouldn't need you do that. Well, the whole point is that you are getting a harvest from them, which means that you have to work in order to maintain their equilibrium so that you're not affecting it in a negative way.
Yep.
Real quick, I want to thank you, ladies. I didn't want to bring it up, but I just I had to check on it real quick, make sure there's no emergency messages or anything. Yeah. So I had another question. That's okay. I really appreciate you coming back for sure.
And I loved coming on the show.
It's fun.
I always like talking about honey and bees.
You don't ever get sick of it? Never get sick of eating honey?
No. Actually, I used to work for Caterpillar, right? And I just retired from Caterpillar so I could work on bees full time. Just in May. So I'm trying to put my money where my mouth is, I guess, right?
Yeah. Do you have any other passions?
Pottery. I throw pottery as well in the basement.
I should hook you up with my other friend Wes from True Healthcare Wellness.
Yeah.
He's got a studio. He does like classes and does
he? I know
pottery. Yeah.
There's Jacob is local. He does wheel art pottery in Peoria. So he's a nice guy too.
Yeah, Jacob Strickfaden.
Yeah.
He was actually one of my co-hosts. He was Steve-O he was previous Steve-O number 1.
Jacob's awesome.
Yeah, he was Steve-O before Steve-O. I would say Steve-O Prime is my co-host now. Steve-O Prime, but then we had, two previous Steve-Os. It's funny. He's listening right now. Okay, so it looks like that's about it. Everybody that was trying to get in on it. We got 27 people. We got 170 people watching. Only 27 of you want the pound of honey. And actually, some of these are doubles. It's letting people, because that's why I tell people, go to every location we're live, and you can hit the hashtag again and get an extra spot, extra chance. Not every location kick doesn't work, but I'll give you guys another minute just because of the screw up or the technical issue. It wasn't my screw up, but what's the hashtag? It's right there on the screen, Elisa May, the Riverview Road Apiary.
Right there.
Yeah, I'll wait a second because I know there was more people on it.
And if they want more about bees, right? I have a podcast that I put out once every 2 weeks. That's beekeeping buddies. So we do that too.
Yeah, we need to get in on that.
Yeah.
So where do you find that? Spotify
everywhere. Spotify out there, they're Apple, Spotify, YouTube, they're everywhere.
So honey come with combs. No, it doesn't, Mary. But I think you sell comb.
I sell cut comb honey. Yeah. So what this is going to be it'll just be 1 pound of this year's honey.
Sherry, this is not a Grow Fam giveaway, so you are welcome to get in on this. Don't worry. Joe wants to know where you can buy it. Joe, let's pull up the website before you go.
Here one. Yep.
I just have to make sure my fingers go the way I want. This. So it's an audio podcast?
It's an audio podcast, yeah.
Okay.
It's me and a guy that was my mentor in beekeeping, and we've been doing it we just started this year. So
so this is riverviewroadapiary.com. This is the website, guys. You can buy it right there. Do you ship outside Illinois?
Yep, I'll ship anywhere in the U.S.
No problem, Sherry. Get in on that hashtag.
I think I'll ship anywhere in the world, but I haven't had anybody from overseas buy from me yet. So, honey's one of the few things you can actually take internationally.
Oh,
so
without any issue.
No issues.
They don't have to test some of it, or
nope, they don't test it or anything.
You could hide Twinkies inside of the honey somehow, or whatever it is. I don't
know about that. But you're allowed to bring honey. I have honey from all over the world. In fact, I'm doing a honey tasting next month.
The honey tasting, guys, you guys got to check these things out. It's like it's like a very exclusive wine tasting almost.
Yeah, it's along the same. Actually, they use the same term, terroir, right? Terroir is the soil that the plant's grown in that gives it flavor.
So it's very similar. And I did a tasting at the farm there, and it was very interesting. There was 3 different kinds, I think.
Yeah, we did buckwheat, blackberry, and lemon, and lemon's probably one of my favorite outside of my own honey, of course, right? But that's probably one of my favorites.
So there's multiple products, guys. He sells like the cut comb. He sells spun honey, chunk comb, quart of chunk comb, blended honey, spring honey, fall honey. Jeez.
So I split them out per hive. There's some other stuff How
much is this? How many ounces?
That's 3. The 5. I see. 3 1 pound. Yeah,
it's not bad.
That's for like a taster, or you need like a gift, or you need something for like a gift basket. Those are really good.
I don't go through a lot of honey, and maybe I should go through more honey. But to me, the honey, it goes on my peanut butter sandwiches.
So you want the creamed honey. So that's spun honey. Go back up. Yeah, where it says spun honey. That's creamed honey. Same thing.
Okay.
So spun honey, creamed honey.
Interesting.
It's crystallized honey where I've controlled the crystal, so it's a round crystal instead of a sharp crystal, because honey is a sugar. Make sure. So if we think about back when we were kids, right? We made rock crystals, right? And those are real sharp edges, right? But if you grind the edge off of all of the honey, of some of the honey when it crystallizes, and put it in honey, it'll propagate that round crystal through the honey. So it has like a peanut butter texture. but it's still
Right. I
honey.
have some in my cupboard. I don't want to throw away. I didn't know how to do anything with it.
Oh, yeah. So
but
that-
it's like
that-
it won't come out anymore.
Yeah,
but
so that's
it's-
crystallized. So
okay.
you can just put it in hot water, like take a pot of hot water, put the honey in there, sit in there overnight, and it'd be good.
Mary calls it whipped.
Yeah,
whipped,
whipped,
honey.
creamed.
Mhm.
That's all kinds of stuff.
Mary, I tried some of that. There was, I don't know if it was from Florida, but was it from Florida? But it was
No,
like dark molasses like.
So you had buckwheat honey. What she probably has in Florida is probably sorghum, which does taste almost like molasses.
Okay, guys. Looks like we are probably maxed here. If everybody wanted to get in on it, they probably did. So appreciate it. Looks like Lisa. Looks like you got in. Okay, 30 entries.
Oop, 31.
William just squeaked in on the Rumble. William, get over to X2. I'll wait for you, man. It helps me out too. That's the whole point of it. I am a big fan of win-win scenarios.
Yeah.
I think that I honestly don't. I've never seen a situation where there's where I had to make it not win, no win, unless it's like a life or death thing. I can't save you. I have to save me. Like that's an extreme situation. It doesn't happen that often. If there's I don't know how to word it. Maybe in most normal situations, non-life or death threatening, there's a win-win to be had. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's working together, right? It's
Yeah.
still we're a hive, right? All people are a
Yeah.
hive. We don't realize it. We're so stuck in our own little worlds, right? We don't realize it. And if you looked around, right, you don't work together. We don't have a house.
Mhm.
We don't have roads, right? We don't have electricity. It all requires us working together.
Right.
We're just a hive that we don't recognize.
We're bigger and spread out, and it's less obvious. And you know what? It may not be obvious to the bees.
No,
They may not have any idea. They're just they
They-
individually might think they have free will. They might think they're doing what they want. Whoa, this is blowing my mind right now.
well, they recognize bees that aren't over the hive, though, right? If they're another colony, they won't let them in. They have bouncers. They keep the other
Wow.
bees out.
They somehow know, and they also
They can
like
smell
just
'em.
like the males know that they can find a female or a queen from some other place, from somewhere else.
Well, not only that, they have to find them in the air. Think about how big the world is, right? They have to find them. They have paths that they go and we don't know why, but they have paths that they go on that the queens will also go on, and we don't know how they know what those paths are or how to take them.
So I actually have news here. I forgot that it downloaded in 3 sections. So this might be what we were missing from earlier. I'll watch it. I can let you go, and then I'll finish it out because some of it was cool. I think I got a close up picture of the queens, and I also got that video of us. I want to do anything. Let's see. This is the tasting.
Oh, yeah, we
Okay,
have
so
tasting.
yeah, I gotta pull some of this up. Sorry. All right, guys, we're gonna do the giveaway, and if you gotta go, you gotta go. But I have some more content to go over that we missed out on, so definitely worth checking out. Tagging Wayne, what's up, man? Just getting in. I'll let you hashtag if you will. I'm about to click the button. Hashtag real quick. It's for a pound of awesome honey from Riverview Road Apiary in Illinois.
Yep. If you reach out to me, I have 3 varieties. I have spring, summer, and I have some fall left. So those are all 3 different flavors. You let me know.
Cool.
I'll send you whatever the one is that you want.
I'm waiting to see Tagging Wayne get in on the hashtag. Oh, he did already. I see him. I see it up there. My bad. It was down this way. Cool. Thank you, bro. All right. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, I can't believe that. I was like, where's the rest of this footage? I know I had another couple of videos I'm missing. Ashley Huffman, look at that. Yes.
All right.
She wants the honey too.
Yep.
You know what? And she is here, I think. Let's see. Make sure Smashley's here. Ashley Huffman, are you here? She is
Yep.
here.
There she is.
There you are. Congratulations, Smashley. Congratulations. All right, let's get back here so that I can share in that video real quick. Trying to be quick. I'm already about past my normal time, but we had a lot to go over. Not only an interview, but also everything that we checked out. So, okay. All right, so this one might be a little louder, but not so worried about it. Why is there no make it big button? Seems odd. Let's do it that way. Try some honey from different sources.
Yeah,
Yeah, from Riverview over here.
no, but I do have these. I do have these honey sticks. They're pretty common at like Moss Avenue. Yeah.
How much are those for you? From you? I
50
purchased some.
cents.
Those would be something I could ship really easy with my other stuff. Not a big heavy jar of honey.
Yeah, they're light.
So this
Yeah,
one,
they're
like,
50 cents.
all in the back.
And there's all kinds. Like, I think I had 9 varieties or something like that. I only tried like 2 because anything over 5 is overwhelming.
Look at this. This is a sophisticated honey tasting right now, you guys.
Watching the river go by.
What's up,
Trying
Buck
honey.
Holden?
They'll get free snacks in there. Usually jumping spiders.
I need to write that down. Smashly one.
Right at the top.
Like they eat the live bees.
Jumping spiders are fantastic.
Yes, I need to lose a few pounds in the gut. Okay.
Me too.
First one.
Looking
Like,
video,
that's
I'm like,
all I
man.
can think of. What am I pushing it out right now? What is happening? This is a terrible angle.
Where that's from? Do you have any guesses of where you think that's? I'll put you on the spot.
Pinkies up, Smashy says, yeah. Don't the kids pull up? Oh, heck yeah. Got to get that water warm.
It has to be 50% from that plant. So
What was that? I'm sorry about
that's
the
okay.
honey being 50% from a certain
Oh,
plant. to
so that's
be-
called a varietal. So if honey is from 50% from a plant, so you'll see honey like in the store, and it's like orange blossom honey, or there's all kinds. So you'll see them, and they say wherever it's from.
Mary, thank you.
And basically, what it is it has to be 50% from that flower to actually be called that honey. So orange blossom honey has to be 50% from orange blossoms, or lemon honey has to be 50% from lemon trees, or like clover honey is 50% from clover. So that's what that is. It's a varietal, and then they'll all have different tastes based on that.
Yeah, and what I was noticing is that I don't normally just eat honey, and so we were tasting different honeys directly, and that's when I could really start to feel that, or not, pick
Yeah.
apart the taste, or sort of pick out the taste.
Yeah, absolutely. And some honeys
What's up, Will?
are really good just eaten alone, and like some honeys are really good just spread, right? Fall honey has a real buttery taste, kind of, but it usually has like a when they cure it, it's goldenrod, and so when they cure it, it actually smells like dirty socks, is what I call it.
Dirty socks.
Dirty sock honey.
That seems weird. Well, we have some cannabis like that where it's like that's just stanky stuff.
Yeah, right.
Some of us like a sweeter smell stuff. Some of us like more of a gassy type smell. There's different types, and it's just like the honey. It's crazy. So, Will, you're coming in at the tail end, brother. We are showing off a couple more clips that I have from the Riverview Road Apiary that I went to.
Yeah, see how dark this honey is?
Yeah,
Like you can
guys
see
that. Look at how dark those sticks are we're holding now.
So this is the last one we had. This is buckwheat honey. This tastes like coffee. Bees could dream of coffee. They actually can't drink coffee, right? Because caffeine is a poison, right? So, and then when you're a really small creature, it doesn't take much
Caffeine is a poison?
Yeah,
I thought it was a stimulant.
it is. It's also a toxin, highly toxic.
Huh.
And so if you have insects often will be overwhelmed with a very small amount of caffeine. So they don't drink coffee, but they would, if they could, I think that's what that would taste like.
Yeah, this one had kind of a toffee flavor to me.
Yeah. But I think it has toffee to start and then coffee to end.
Yeah. kind of coffee,
Like a
toffee,
finish.
both.
Yeah.
Because there are plenty of coffees that have that combined taste because they throw in whatever like caramel in there and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of explaining what I'm tasting and stuff, but the audio's kind of low still. I even tried it at high top volume. I guess it's better than nothing. Sounds tasty, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so it's a white flower, little white flower that actually grows pretty well here. It's a grain.
Yeah.
But
Buckwheat's a
Buckwheat.
grain.
Not the kid from Little Rascals. I already tried that.
This would go well with coffee.
Yeah, it's really nice in a coffee or like a latte or something. That's it's a real interesting flavor.
Mary likes to whip it in cinnamon.
Usually I do like
Okay.
wine tasting and I'll-
Yeah. Whipped cinnamon honey is really good. The
Okay.
the laws in Illinois don't actually allow me to add anything to honey.
Just a tasting.
So I'd have to have a certified kitchen, so I could basically run a restaurant, and then I'd have to have a certified. I'd have to have that certification as well to be able to add anything to honey. But I am working with another guy, and we are making a hot honey, which is coming out relatively soon. So that will be good.
So this is the heated knife I use.
Oh, this is right before your scene of you being cutting the frame.
I think we got I got some of you doing it, and then you got the clip of me doing it. So have a good night, Sherry. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I guess we showed this already, but kind of show a little
It's
quick.
become a lot more complex to me.
That's just me cleaning up the frame there.
Giving it a quick cleanup.
Hot honey's really good on like
Would you say, like, where we at?
meats, most meats, right? Chicken, barbecue.
This is like your end season, end of goal. Right?
I added it home in a quartz jar. Okay, Mary. I see you.
Almost to July. July is kind of like the end goal before we get to fall and winter. Where they have to store up.
So I'd make it. Actually, Waylon did really good doing his decapping. I've done thousands of these, right? I've been doing this for over a decade, so I've done a lot of frames of uncapping. It's a lot harder than it looks.
Good night, Rose.
Yeah, it's called picking. So I'm just letting
Is it true you can live off of a tablespoon or two a day?
No, that's an old wives' tale. It has calories in it, but they're not very many calories in honey.
put honey on top of the column.
Use a hot knife because it's just easier. You can use
wax,
a serrated. You could use a serrated knife if you wanted to, but hot
be
knife's
picking
way
a lot of
easier.
it out after that.
That's
Yeah.
where some of the damage to this comes. Because of
That's mostly just me. Yeah, that's me.
picking at it.
Picking,
Yeah. And then there's also a wives' tale out there you'll see on Facebook that says like if you use a metal spoon, it destroys the honey.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
not
I've heard
true.
that. Look at this. That's the pollen. I just ate a pollen booger. I'm like, it's like
Chalky.
a pot of chalk.
Yeah. They put it on
Chalk
top,
pot.
like Starbucks will put it on top of your coffee for you.
Huh.
Not like that. It's all dried.
Let me get a pollen frap.
Yep.
Grande.
It's a superfood, technically. So
It's superfood. Yeah, that's actually really interesting about it. That's why I ate it.
that's why.
So we're gonna put that into here.
Look at
Just like a centrifuge.
it was strong.
It was, yeah.
And then like if you get it as soon as the zucchini blooms, man, honeybees love zucchini flowers. And if you get it then, it tastes like squash. So it's like powdered squash. It's really unique. Yep, this is the intro to before you start cutting it.
Screw.
I think we reset the. Oh no, we had a little bit more here.
But it has a high viscosity and it will be slippery. So you're gonna ankle down at like a 45-degree angle and like saw back and forth. And you know, with a knife-
That's why we took that second video.
Yeah, I
to
think so.
a better angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys saw me doing this.
slide it underneath.
It's fun to watch, but we're going long, so let's just. It was more intuitive than I thought. Like at first, I have anxiety, so when I'm trying something new for the first time, like it's very off-putting to me. But then it was pretty understandable, right? As you said it.
And there's no judgment out in the apiary. Like everybody's new. Every
Right.
new beekeeper is terrified of their bees. Every single one. And nobody's born knowing how to do these things, right? So it's just
So they can make seedless grapes. How come they can't make stingless bees that
they
make
have
honey?
we
That
have
make honey.
we do have
Oh
stings.
yeah, I forgot you
Yeah.
took that trip though.
I went to Mexico.
We should talk about that.
Yeah, I went to Mexico and I got to go see some Apis melipona. And that's the Mayan honeybee.
A Mayan honeybee
And they
that
don't have
doesn't have a
stingers.
stinger, you guys.
And they make cups instead of, so we see these frames here, right? The Mayan honeybees don't make frames, they make cups. And they fill the cups with honey. Little wax cups. Totally different bee.
Wow. And I mean, we probably couldn't replace that for all the honey in the world, but
No, not even close. They only make like a liter of honey per year.
wow.
Compared to these guys, which make 55-gallon bucket pretty easy.
Thanks, Elisa May. I needed to get to some footage to show me doing something.
That's me holding a drone, I think. I put it back.
There's more in the next folder too. I don't know how much. I don't know why they spread them out like that. It's every time I try to use something that's supposed to work the way it just doesn't. They don't sting. Then why are they wearing the?
These are not Mayan honeybees. These are Apis mellifera.
Yes.
This is the western honeybee. Totally different bee.
And Wayne, bro, that's me in the white suit. That's Waylon, the indoor farmer, in that white hot ass suit right there. And yes, these are actually regular honeybees. What we were talking about are some bees down in South America.
Yeah, Mexico.
Or Mexico.
On the Yucatan Peninsula.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, that's me, bro. Would you do this?
And
who out there would try this out? Because he does do tours, but you might have one somewhere near you too that you can do. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that was the design. Of your like the base or the stand.
The stand design is designed so I can set frames aside without putting them on the ground.
Something that you came up with?
I stole it from another guy.
Okay. Oh yeah, I mean that's a little. Well, we all gotta find what works and adapt it. That's cool though.
So I'm turning around here because the sunlight's over my shoulder and you're able to see into the cells. That it's difficult to see with the sun's in your face. So you use the sunlight, put it over your shoulder, and then you can see.
Get that shade.
Yeah. And I'm wearing nitrile gloves. No. Yeah, nitrile gloves. They're 3 mil thickness gloves. It keeps the bees from stinging me as much. And it also keeps diseases from spreading. So like if this hive was diseased, I found something wrong, pull off the gloves, toss them, put another pair on, go to the next hive. So I'm not spreading, right? They have diseases just like we do.
Yeah.
So I'm just not spreading that stuff around.
All right. Look at that, though, you guys. That's just one of the hives, and that's not even one of the tall ones.
No, that's a tiny hive. I would say that's like a middle-sized hive. The big one has probably 3 times as many bees in there than that. It's probably about 30,000. The big one probably has 80 or 90,000.
There was a bee that came down right where the camera was, and it was like close.
Yeah, so they'll sometimes, if they can see the camera lens, they'll come out and bump the camera lens if they're in a bad mood. They're trying to scare it away.
Like eyes, yeah.
Yeah. So you can see them flying right by. Right, they're right in the path. So they're coming in from being out in the field, trying to get back home, and that camera's right in their path.
They're everywhere. Uncle has bees like this, Will.
Nice. Support those beekeepers out there.
Yep, definitely. It's I don't know if it's a good analogy, but it's almost like, Mike Rowe on Dirty Jobs, where the
Yes.
jobs that other people don't want to do.
Yeah.
And this is a passion for some people. And like you said, a lot of beekeepers quit in that first couple of years.
Yeah.
So this is one of those jobs, like, respect that person doing this because you don't want to. Like,
And some of you actually do. Like, I didn't find this till late in life, right? I've only been doing this 10 years. And when I found it, I was like, this is fascinating.
I could see that.
Right.
I just think we have a misconception.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Like
have,
swimming with sharks. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
I've done that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some great whites.
Okay.
Goes to Mexico.
So does this make you like a thrill seeker because you live with bees?
No.
Or
No, I still like getting stung, right? I'm real careful out there. It looks like I'm moving fast and doing stuff, but my actions are pretty measured. Like, I still slip up and I'll drop stuff, but like, we didn't get stung. We don't have the bees aren't angry. They're not roaring at us.
You can tell if they start to get angry.
Yeah, you can hear
It's
them.
not just one bee that you bumped into the side and that one bee's coming after you. It becomes like they all say, hey, everybody, well, we got to go. We got to do this. They kind of start talking to each other.
Yeah, I would say like it's not as bad. So Africanized bees do something weird where they'll empty the hive. Like, everyone comes out and they'll empty the hive in like a minute and they just dump out and then they all come after you. These aren't Africanized. We actually can't have like, they don't live this far north. But these guys, there won't be just one that comes and visits you and bumps you. There's more than one.
All right, we're not gonna watch that because you can't really hear it. So there's that. Guys, we are way over. I'm probably gonna do my local spins tomorrow, or I'll just it doesn't really matter because you guys are all able to get your number anytime that you're able to do it. That's the whole point of my weekly posts that I make there. Make sure you get in on it, and whenever I feel like doing the spin, it'll be live when I do it, and I'm gonna do at least 3 this week. I might even make a special live stream Friday and do some spins if I don't get to it tomorrow. I don't see why I wouldn't get to it on People in the Boxes tomorrow, but yeah, it is what it is. So you guys, I really appreciate it. It's been fun. You guys is awesome. Thanks, Elisa.
Yeah, thank you.
Show.
I appreciate that.
Seen videos of the guys that harvest honeycomb.
Yeah, they do that in
off of the
Nepal.
mountains.
Yeah, in Nepal.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
That's
too.
crazy honey. That's a honey that actually has some chemicals in it and it will intoxicate you. And that is something you could never get me to do because I'm afraid of heights.
Really? Well, would you try the honey though?
Yeah, I tried the honey. You can actually buy the honey, I think, online. It's a part of like, it's supposed to be part of like a ceremony. So I'd prefer people don't do that. But yeah.
Wait, so why?
It's a religious ceremony. They use it for religious ceremonies.
Oh, so
it's like what's the mushroom that our Native Americans use?
ayahuasca or peyote.
Peyote,
Yeah.
Right. That's also for religious ceremonies.
Oh, ayahuasca is with another plant. That's interesting though. So it's something that's frowned upon for outsiders to try.
Well, I don't know if they frown upon it. Like, but the guys that do it, it's a decreasing number of people that are willing to do it. Right. They don't go up with any gear. We were wearing gear. They go up with no gear. They go up they start a fire way below the cliff so that the smoke will eventually get up to them. And they have like a rope dangled around their waist and they cut it off and they put it into a basket and lower it down below. And their bees are different. They're a larger bee. They're the Asian honeybee. So they're like an inch long ish and they still sting. So yeah, it's a different honeybee.
I'm just reminded of the movie, The Jungle Book, where like the bear makes Mowgli get up to this on the cliffside, and he's like kicking the honeycomb to get it.
Yeah,
like he would have been killed by that.
Yeah,
like,
the honey, those guys that
giant
harvesters.
comb too. It's like big.
Well, that's the ones too in Nepal. They're huge.
That's
they're
what
like,
I figured. It
like
was
6
similar.
feet.
Yeah.
It's like one giant sheet, and they cut the bottom where they store the honey off.
So it runs down, and it probably does it drain the whole hive that way, or
no. It's all like little cells. They're all attached to each other, so it's just like our bees, except
part of the comb.
They cut the comb off, and they throw it in a basket.
I was thinking you meant like they chop a hole in the comb and then drain the honey, but
no,
the whole thing goes into a basket. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Alan. Thank you, bro. Alan is a very, very knowledgeable grower, 40, 50 years of horticulture experience.
Nice.
A lot of people that watch the show, watch all the Grow Fam shows and all my shows, have some really, really awesome knowledge, and it's great to get us all to be, sharing it. Right?
Yeah, go look, Alan. If you've been growing for a long time, go look up the studies on honeybees and their impact on soybeans. Those were just done recently.
A new recent one, so that's going to give you some insight on multiple things, not just okay, not just one. All right. Well, is there anything you want to promote before you go? Obviously,
No.
Riverview Road Apiary.com, guys.
Yeah, Beekeeping Buddies. That's our podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
You can find it anywhere. And
well, hold on though. You're not going live on Facebook.
I don't.
So it's all of the podcast platforms.
All the podcast platforms. Thanks.
All the audio.
Yeah.
Podcast platforms.
We don't have any video.
Sure. Well, you could do it. You could do it audio on Facebook. Like,
okay.
Look, you could literally, you could go on, this platform I'm on now and stream it out to all these places that would do video and do it. You could. I'm not saying you'd want to. It's just something that people spread out.
So right now it's just, I guess, on Apple, Spotify, Libsyn, some other ones.
So Apple and Spotify are obviously the big ones. Spotify's, you got to be on Spotify if you're doing audio.
Yeah.
I'm not on there yet, but I'm thinking about it because they have a video too. I could just be uploading my stuff to it.
Yeah.
It's not a live type thing, but anyway,
YouTube.
We can talk about that after, right?
Sure.
But if there's anything that you wanted to shout out, I just wanted to make sure you had that opportunity.
No, if you want to look up the blacksmith that we talked about too, that's Hot Iron Blacksmith. He's out of Chillicothe.
And thanks for the wife for coming to see you.
She's a quilter, so she's a Illinois quilter.
Does she have a website or anything?
Yeah, it's So Sweet. SEW.
It's So Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she does quilting, and she takes old quilts and makes them into jackets. So it's not just sitting in the closet, right?
Yeah.
Or if it's been worn out, you can cut out pieces of it.
Get the good parts of it. Yeah.
She makes T-shirt quilts. So if you have lots of T-shirts that you've been saving over the years, she makes those.
That would be interesting.
And
I have a bunch of those.
and she does long arming. So long arming is like the actual quilting that holds a quilt together.
Long arming?
Yeah. It's called a long arm machine.
And it's wait, how is it? Okay, that's
it's like a CNC machine in 2D that quilts. That you can program to quilt stuff.
I see. So what I'm thinking is now as far as our little corner on Facebook goes, is that a lot of other creators, not just in the cannabis world, but a lot of people in my bubble, they want their hats, they have their shirts, they have their cups and mugs and all the merch, right?
Yeah.
But I think I want a Grow Fam quilt. Is Ash out there listening? I want a Grow Fam quilt. I want this across a big ass quilt, right? Or maybe the indoor farmer quilt. Like you could start getting some that's bigger merch, but also more intimate merch. Big old fluffy quilt. What do you guys think out there? Anyway, a whole side conversation, but see G-Lo coming in on the X, brother. I want to quilt. Yeah, a G-Lo quilt, man. You could make it happen. That'd be badass. You could sell it to your audience. Make a blanket or something. Or
she's made me a beekeeping. It's just all different bees, and it's all black and white, and it has bees all over it. And she used military. She went to a surplus store. The old wool military blankets are the middle part of it, so it weighs like 40 pounds or something like that.
Heavy blankets are a thing, man. People like those weighted blankets.
Yeah.
I like them too. My son has one.
Yeah. So
awesome.
Yeah, she does all kinds of stuff. She's really talented.
Well, you guys also, you sound like a whole family of talented people. That's great. I'm happy to know you. Let's get going though, guys. I do appreciate it. I hate to keep holding you guys. If you want to, if you haven't yet, please hit that like button and please go check out the page, the Riverview Road Apiary page on Facebook, and obviously check out the podcast and the website. Anything. If you have any questions, hit me up, of course. I just saw G-Lo's other messages. Look at that hair. I love the mic setup. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you coming in over there on X. Anyway, remember, everybody, my whole purpose for being a public figure is that every single person, I say that and my married people get upset. Every person on the planet has to eat. Good night, everybody.